back to another episode, guys. Happy Tuesday. Thank you guys for being here. Welcome back. Hello, everybody in the panel. Rudy, how are you, my friend? Welcome to another Rudy Tuesday.
How's it going, man?
William, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Thank you for being here tonight with us as usual.
Fine.
Fine. So, guys, as you may know, we got the queue for Scorch today. Besides that, we have a couple of things coming up tomorrow. Tomorrow is Iron Spider. And then Friday we get the Joker, I believe.
Or Thursday we get the Joker.
Thursday we get the Joker. And then when do we get? And then there's one more thing we get after that, no?
Not the limited ones, just waiting on all those other figures that they announced to go up for pre-order, but none of the ones that are limited.
Right, like Darth Maul and stuff, right? Not Darth Maul. What is it that we haven't got yet?
Well, Lady Pool,
Lady
right?
Pool's one.
Clooney, Batman and Robin.
That's right. Oh, you know about the showcase figures.
Now we got to see which ones of those are actually going to go up. That's the question, right?
Oh, true. I completely forgot about that showcase, guys. So, all right. So we're going to get into it right away, guys. But let's say hello to you guys first before we get started. Because without you guys, it would be me, Rudy, and William talking to each other.
We do that all the time.
Oh my god, I'm forced to do that all the time. We got Lucha. We got Lucha in the house. Welcome, my friend, you peasant. I'm doing. Welcome. He says, "What up, my Michael Jackson in our collectors? Let's talk old Jazz Inc. in our third-party figures."
Wait. He was at Comic-Con, right? Did he ask the NR people why they were charging so much for Joker? Right? Has anybody asked the question?
Let me tell you guys something. This person you see on the screen right now is the epitome and the true definition of a real peasant in this community, okay? So let me explain why, okay? This guy on the screen right now, okay? As you mentioned, anybody who cared for the community, who was all about the community, as he tends to mention and say all the time, okay, that he's all about the community and he's this and he's that with the community, right? Wouldn't you think exactly what you said would have happened? Wouldn't you think that he would have maybe said, hey, let's just, in the name of the community, in the name of the collecting community, let's find out some truth. Let's do some digging. Let's do some reporting. In the United States, we have freedom of press. Anybody is a reporter in the United States. Anybody. By law, okay? By law. It's a right given to us by the Constitution, okay? So this peasant didn't even use his rights given to him by the government, okay, to give us some information about, hey, is in our... Guys, why did you lie to everybody in the community? Why did you... Oh, did I offend William? Why did you guys lie? The Hot Toys veteran called you guys out day one, and how come you guys are doing this now? Was he right? Was he wrong? Can you please tell us something? Who's supporting you? Who's making you do all this? No questions asked, nothing. This is why I tell you guys, this peasant is not about the community at all, okay? He's just sitting there talking smack all the time. Oh, Fisons. Oh, look, the new body swap Fisons. And look, unbelievable. Not a single bit of information that would be helpful for the community. Yet he's watching other YouTubers do it for us. But he's there firsthand and could not do that for us. So this is the people I have surrounding me, guys. I apologize. I apologize to you all for having peasants like this in my team. You know what I mean? He wasn't really recruited. He just landed on the team. He was one of the original founders of ICS. He's still hanging on by a thread, but he's there, okay?
Poor guy, man.
Ouch! Let me see what he's saying because he's at the bottom. Dooley's head down.
Oh,
Oh my god!
what a way to start.
Unbelievable! All
What
right,
a way
let's
to
get
start.
started. I apologize, guys. Luch deserved it. He did something to me today that I told him payback is coming, peasant.
Wait, can you share or no? It was
No,
private.
it was something. It was supposed to be funny, but it was stupid at the same time. Like him. We got Sean in the house. Welcome, my friend.
Hello.
Here, let's see who else is. We got Nefty in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Welcome. We got Patrick in the house. Welcome, my friend.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
He says, good evening, guys. Hope you all still survive from these couple of days. Pre-order and get what you want. Absolutely. But don't forget to hit that like button to support the collector who buy for collect. Yeah, see? This is another thing. I buy to collect. Thank you, Patrick. I appreciate you, my friend. See, I buy to collect. He recognizes this. This Mexican, literally, okay, because he is Mexican. So I don't want anybody to say, oh, he's being racist. He's being racist. He's Mexican, okay? This Mexican here, and I have to, enunciate the X, Mexican. He says that I don't buy to collect. I just buy just to buy, okay? And here he is proven wrong again. Unbelievable. We got Joker J in the house. Welcome. Here we got, let's see who else is in the house. We got Bo.
How you doing?
He said, good evening, agricultural workers. This guy, unreal. Disrespectful, Bob. Disrespectful, Bob. I don't know who told you that was okay on this stream, but disrespectful, Bob. We got Derek in the house. Welcome, my friend. Here. Welcome, guys. We got, let's see who else is there. We got Figment in the house. Welcome, my friend. Let's give you a good one.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
We got Paul in the house. Welcome, my friend. Welcome, guys. Ernesto in the house. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Hello.
Let's see who else is in here. Sean says the sideshow gods did not favor me today in the queue.
Oh man,
You and me both. The god said, "Not today, peasants."
look, I tried. Like you always tell me, Fabs. Right, for the community, someone will need it. And I sent you the picture. I sent you the picture. I tried.
Guys. So you're listening to this right now, okay?
Oh God,
Rudy's like,
let's go. I'm getting ready. What's coming?
No, I was joking. Let's see. Ernesto said, got my recycle bin on the garage, throwing everything crap it. What? Oh my God, this guy. Tuli, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Thank you for being here, my friend. Yes, guys, hit that like button, please, if you don't mind. Thank you guys for being here as well. Uncarded in the house. Welcome. Thank you for being here, my friend. Welcome. We got Harold in the house. Welcome, my friend.
Hello.
Thank you for being here. Who else is in here? You guys are, my God, the chat's on fire. Oh my God, this guy.
I knew it, Fabs. This is you got me here under false pretense.
See,
Figures.
we're here, guys. We're here to promote Kamala Harris. No, can you imagine? We're Hispanics for Harris.
Yeah.
We're Hispanics for Harris. Oh man, guys, we lied to you. No Hot Toys talk tonight. It's gonna be strictly politics. Oh man, let's see. We got Ram in the house. Welcome, my friend.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
Let's see who else is in here. We got Chris. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. We got Albert in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here.
Hello.
And let's see. All right, I think we did it, guys. Yes, guys, hit that like button if you don't mind. Thank you guys for being here as well. It's a damn shame, Luch. Yeah, exactly. He got not one sentence of information from the horse's mouth. Unbelievable.
Yo, that's what I was waiting, because all these guys in the West Coast were there.
Thank you.
Right? And I'm like, where's
Thank you.
They had a booth.
He did not represent for the network.
I'm not talking about Luch, you know.
No. We're talking about Luch. We're talking about Luch. Okay. He did not represent the network. He did not represent his ethnicity. He did not represent Hispanics as a whole. Okay. As a community, he did not represent what, how much people need information, specifically factual information, right? He left us hanging. Unbelievable.
Now be nice, because I tried. Remember, I'm still trying to see if Inart will send me a Harry Potter review figure.
We love Inart here. What are you talking about?
Yeah, just so that for you people in the chat, I actually did. We were joking around with Fabs a little bit. I'm like, should I reach out? I actually ordered one of these things. It seems like they give these out to people who ask. So should I reach out? And I sent them, and they gave me we'll look into it. And I'm like, all right, I don't know what that means, but might as well try.
They said,
I don't think so.
That's probably exactly what they said.
They're like, do you guys think I can have one? They're
Wrong.
like, no, but I said, as long as you get one, we will be positive about Inart from now on. If you get one because of that, we will be positive.
Oh no, come on. Let's not go overboard now.
I will be the biggest Inart cheerleader in the world if you get one. We got Michael in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here.
Hello.
Let's see who else is in here. All right, guys. So we started.
Joker. Sorry, Joker J.
You look collective for Kamala.
No, his last comment. I went into the super not so secret hotel room with John. What the hell?
Rudy wants into the super not secret. See? Unbelievable.
No Diddy.
We are here to make fun of Fabs. Yeah, I know that Q got me today, guys. That Q got me. Well, we're gonna get into it, so don't get too excited, Michael, you peasant. Fabs, I'm throwing all the shippers to the shipper boxes and clams. Ooh, you should make a video. You'll go viral.
Yeah, people hate watch those things.
Yeah.
Right? People are like, what are you doing? Sell me the box for $20.
I know. It's crazy. All right, guys. So we're gonna get into obviously what happened today. So the freshest news. Sideshow came out with their video, which I got the notification on my YouTube channel that Scorch is out. Obviously, they made their video today. Like I was mentioning before, I did not get it. I was very busy today. I completely forgot about it. When I did check my phone, it was already going. I had missed my spot, so I kept trying, kept saying item is in somebody else's car. I did that for like 10 minutes. Didn't work out for me, so that was it. Rudy, how was your experience today with DQ?
Same thing, because I had no interest in this one, but right, we've talked about it. Somebody in the group will always want it, and listen, we try to help everybody out, but same thing. I got in, and they put me in at number 3,500 or in that range off the bat, so I knew I wasn't going to get one. Right, they were only 3,000. Right. So I got to the same screen you had, where it was the red banner. At least today was better. Yesterday was a total fiasco with the Black Widow.
You know what's funny? My number was 3,300 today. Yesterday was like 400 and something. Yesterday was the easiest transaction I've ever had with the Q.
I texted you. We were messaging because I got yesterday I thought was a fiasco. So what I did, I was at work, right? So Right around 1, I took a late lunch. I had the phone up. I had a Chrome browser and an Edge browser up. Everything was ready in the queue. I got my 3 numbers. So I was like 2,000. So I figure I've got a good chance I'm going to get her. I got to my point in line. I went to order. And first of all, on the phone, I was signed in and then it said I wasn't. So I was racing to sign in.
That's the scariest
luck.
part. That's the
No
scariest
luck.
part.
And then finally on one of the browsers I managed to get in. I was signed in. I added to the cart, and then it just wouldn't go. It kept saying my payment information wasn't there. I kept getting all these wacky errors, and then finally, like, it was probably 30 minutes worth of trying to order this thing, and then it went into place order, and then it was just slow, that wheel, right, the green, and then it finally like hit that the order went through. That was the worst.
That was for which one? For this one?
No, that was for Black Widow.
Oh, that was for Black Widow. So you didn't even get this one.
This one I didn't even get. Right. I got to the line and it was like add to cart because it said low stock, but then you add to cart and it says somebody else has it in the.
Correct. That's the same thing. So once I gave up, I went back and then it said low stock. It was still available, but low stock, and you couldn't get it in the cart. So I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm not even gonna bother. So I gave up.
Yeah.
But, I feel like it was a sign because, like I said, after I got the Imperial Commando, for those who watch my video, very disappointing figure. Yes, it's very cool. It's very different, but it's not worth $300 by any means whatsoever. I feel like they're getting cheaper, right? The limited, exactly what I told you guys would happen months ago when this with the queue started happening. I told you we would be here, and here we are. What did I say? I said at any moment they could start giving us cheaper figures, right? Cheaply made Spider-Man figures that look great, right? But they cost them nothing to make. That's what I mean by cheap, right? I don't mean cheap quality. I mean just something cheap that they make, reusing stuff, reusing bodies. They call them limited, and there you go. They make, $300 something a piece. Very, very smart, but we're suffering, right? And I don't mean literally. At the end of the day, if you don't like it, don't buy it and keep going. You know what I mean? So it's not literally we're suffering because we're doing this to ourselves, right? We're buying it and we're driving ourselves crazy because we're so into it. We love this and we like being under this stress talking about this plastic. But if you're talking about value regarding these figures, then absolutely not. There is no value, at least for me. Right? For you, if you love the character and you think, oh, this is worth $300, then that's your money. It's worth it to you. That's great. I'm telling you, it's not worth it to me. Like I said in my video, the clones, any clone that we've gotten feels okay. Let's not talk about it's better, right? Because it's the same exact shit. But it feels so much better. It feels heavier. It feels like the panels aren't so cheaply made. They feel thicker. Again, I didn't compare. I didn't bother because it's not that big of a deal, but I noticed it immediately when I picked it up and I'm like, oh my God, these panels are usually heavier. And I started looking at them and they don't look, again, I didn't compare, but I noticed that they don't look as thick as the other ones, at least to me, right? Again, I didn't pick them up. I should have, but I didn't. So Rudy, let me say hello to Axel first before I continue. Axel, my friend, how are you? Thank you for being here. So we got, where is he? We got the Alchemist in the house. Thank you for being here, my friend. Welcome.
Hello!
We got also Barry in the house. Welcome, my friend.
Konnichiwa means what's up.
We got Rob in the house. Welcome, my friend.
Konnichiwa, bitch.
We got Pedro in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here.
Hello!
So Rudy, going back to what I was saying, must have all clones with a million. Exactly. This is not going to stop by any means.
Oh, no. This is the cash cow for them. Are you kidding?
As you can see, now they've got us hooked for not one, but two of these guys that are, again, very, very cheaply made. Now the Scorch is more expensive than the Imperial clone, the Imperial Commando. So Rudy, regarding what I just said, I don't know if you've gotten the Imperial Commando in hand or if you're planning on getting it. But in general, if you do own any clones, how do you feel about getting that type of figure, meaning a clone, which is literally a body with a sock over it and panels all around it? Obviously, head sculpt and helmets are what make the figure, but and the paint application. Besides that, it's all the same standard, figure.
I'll tell you what my problem was with these. And look, I think everything you said is legit, right? If you love the characters, like there are Star Wars collectors that this means a lot to them. I'm not here to kind of, yuck your food and your tape, right? I'm all for this. If Hot Toys is gonna make something and somebody loves it, go for it. But for me, I learned my lesson with the Force Awakens. They weren't even the clone troopers; they were the First Order troopers, right? Because I liked that movie, and I thought, when the troopers started coming out, I'm like, I'm gonna be a completist with this line. I'm gonna get everything they do.
Yep.
And then I remember you get the 2-pack. Then you get the 2-pack with Commander.
Yep.
Then you get the Finn with the other one,
then you get
the one that calls him a traitor.
And
then it was like
weapons,
different pauldron. Then it was the heavy gunner. Then it was this. And every single time I thought I was done, all of a sudden it's like a variation. And trust me, I have them, and I'm looking at them. I'm like, wow, the pauldron is a different color. And then I paid another at $200 and something for the same exact figure.
Absolutely, over and over and
right.
over and over. And not only that, they're not even repaint. They're the same exact.
It's the way. And look, I love them. They look great. They do. Posability is terrible in those first ones, right? But they look great. But I had to take a step back and say, absolutely not. If I keep going down this road, every time they release a different trooper, I'm going to be in so much trouble because there's so many of them that are coming out.
And you just made a great point too. One thing we don't really think about. When we complain about pricing and stuff, and we really don't notice it because it happens so quickly. But you just mentioned the possibility of those old troopers. Remember those specific ones you're talking about,
right?
And now we're here, right? We're doing clones, we're doing other stormtroopers. Now, if you notice, if we talk about articulation regarding a stormtrooper that was out recently and those in the past, articulation specifically, what does that say? Bodies have gotten better.
By far, yeah.
Exactly. So,
yeah.
So even though, right, I just told you these figures are not worth $300 by any means, right? It's very cheap feeling. It's very cheap looking.
They've improved them dramatically.
Correct. It's very basic looking. But at the end of the day, right, if we're getting into what the actual figure is going to be about, right, you want articulation in the figure. So yes, is it worth it to me? Absolutely not. But the value is there, right? At the end of the day, these are toys, period. Right? So we're talking about toys. We're not talking about gold. We're not talking about silver. We're talking about toys. Right? But you always want the most advanced toy, right? You want the best toy.
Right.
So this is where we go with Hot Toys. This is why Hot Toys is the best. So again, to me, a $300, printed trooper that's going to be reprinted over and over and repainted over and over. To me, there's no value in that because it's a bare bones body with things on top of it. That's not a real figure.
Look, and I get it. I get it. If you're a fan of these clones, you want, like you said, you want to have the best. I would equate this. Maybe it's not exactly the same, but it's like for those of us that picked up the early Iron Man figures, right? The plastic ones. Those were great, and we loved them. And then Hot Toys started coming out with the 2.0s.
Wait, question
and you
for
start
you.
getting your die cast.
How much do you think you're going to be selling the plastic ones for?
You think I can even sell those at this point? I mean, come on. You'd have to give those away, I think, at this point.
Exactly. Can you? Yo, that sucks.
Because I remember listen, when they came out, they were great. Right, but the sculpts were terrible. But again, right, those are much more dramatic, especially if you compare the plastic ones to the new die-cast ones that we're getting. It's night and day. Mm-hmm. For the troopers, right, those First Order troopers, while the posability wasn't there, they still look good, right? If you do them in a museum pose, standing right there, they look great, and they've just gotten better. So I think it's a little bit different, but for me as a Marvel collector, picking those up, that's what I equated to. The next Iron Man suit, the next Spider-Man suit is how many of these can I actually get before I start going a little nuts and a little too excessive. So I had to stop on the troopers. It looks great. I saw your video too about the cheap, how it feels cheap, which is a little disappointing to hear. But look, if people got it, people love it. Hopefully, whoever wanted them could get them.
But here's the thing. My issue with it being cheap is because of what it is, right? Not because of, anything. Like the figure's great. The figure, very sexy figure. That helmet is very, very nice. The light up function, very, very basic, but
That's cool.
looks
That's cool.
gorgeous, right? That tone of blue that it comes with. That little pleatherish looking thing in the chest. So it looks cool. It's a very cool looking figure. Again, when it comes to the price, it's not worth it. But if it came down to what makes this figure special, right? What makes this figure such a big deal, right? What is it? Articulation. Articulation. Right. You can make these figures do whatever the hell you want, and that's what makes them cool, right? You could pose them however you want. You can pull off military poses. You can pull off scenes from the show, right? Whether it's the Bad Batch, whether it's the Clone Wars, whatever it is, you are able to pose these figures however you want. So
yeah. Look at this shot. This shot looks great. I mean, he
Correct.
looks awesome, right?
Correct.
I mean, even maybe he feels cheap, but he looks imposing. So I think that I like the yellow.
That's
how they get you, right?
Absolutely, because they look great in pictures. They look incredible in pictures. Look at this thing. This thing right here. You're gonna tell me this thing doesn't look bulky, doesn't look thick, doesn't look like he has some weight to it just because he looks like a military, figure.
And I think you've said it before, though, that exclusivity, right? People in the community, in this community, especially, like, I think a lot of us just want to collect, right? And we want to pick up figures that we want. We don't care if it's, well, some of us care, but I would think most of us just want to have the figure in hand. But for those people that do want, like, the 1 of 1,000 or 1 of 500, having a limited release like that is extremely appealing. So for them, like you said, maybe the figure itself isn't really worth it, but that exclusivity is what you're paying for.
Absolutely. And that's another great topic to get into, because think about it. What's happening now is something that people have been asking for a very long time. And I mean people who just got into the Hot Toys game, because what they were asking and begging for was the norm for us who started back then, which was limited pieces. We want limited pieces. That was the standard in 2008, in 2009, in 2010, 2011. That was the standard. It was, you came, pre-order sold out, gone, and then it was eBay after that, and you had to pay double and triple for whatever it was. It didn't matter what it was. Within the past, I want to say 4 years, maybe 6, there have been a lot of people in the community begging for more exclusivity because of the fact of what happened in 2020 with COVID and the mass production of so many figures and all that. So everybody all of a sudden started asking for exclusives. I think what people expected out of asking for exclusive wasn't what's going on right now. What I think people expected was them to stop making as much or start making less. That's what I think people expected out of Hot Toys.
Right.
For them to feel special. Hot Toys increased production not only for their regular stuff, but all of the exclusive that we're now getting. So they didn't slow down at all. They're giving you, whoever asked for exclusives, limited pieces. But guess what? You're paying for US for. You're 100% paying for US for. And so that to me is, if you're going to be in this hobby long term, it's going to be very tough at this point. And it's only going to get more difficult, especially because they keep making fire after fire after fire after fire. Yeah. Every limited figure now is very appealing. Even the Black Widow, right? The Black Widow is a nothing figure, right? Doesn't come with anything. Even though they've updated a lot of the accessories, right? With the original one, she literally came with nothing. So now she's got some of
look, that was for an artisan release, right? That was 6,000 figures overall, and they're on wait list, right? It took a little bit longer, right? The 4,000 went quick, the special edition. The other 2,000 went like shortly thereafter. So, anybody who says that's a fail, that's 6,000 figures. At how much money? How much were they? $375, $400?
Exactly.
They sold like that.
Exactly. That like I said, I called this the day, the very first day of Anakin Artisan. I knew that the way that sold out as quickly, I was like, this is the future. And again,
and I think you said something interesting about the exclusivity too, because I think what people got burnt on, or and including people like us that have been collecting for a while, right? When we used to pick up a figure, it would sell out, and then that would be it, right? It would hold. Not that we were looking to sell our figures, but it would hold value, and you would feel comfortable with what you paid for it.
Absolutely.
And I know that with the COVID releases, right? I was doing my same thing. I had a ton of the Marvel stuff on order. I got it for full price. And then because Hot Toys made so much, all of a sudden you see a 30% discount on a figure you just paid full price for. I think that's where people started getting like, you know what? Why am I going crazy trying to get this? Let's get Hot Toys. I think your point is well made. Let's get Hot Toys more limited, but I don't think they were expecting this.
Absolutely.
Right?
No, and I would have never expected this ever. This was never something that they did constantly like this. They did, but we know that we've gotten, overseas exclusives for many, many years.
Right.
Remember the milk versions of things. The milk, not the milk, the Shanghai exclusive Midas, right? That gold chrome. We've gotten even other Asian figures exclusive for.
Well, even and look, I'm not saying that the Q system is great by any means, because I was freaking out yesterday trying to get my Black Widow, right? But I don't know if you remember when the Predator figures, when they were doing Predator convention exclusives, they would tell you this is going up for sale at same thing, 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. But there was no queue, and you were literally refreshing that window, going click, and then you had to hope that you were fast enough to get that in your cart order, because those things would sell out in a minute.
Yeah, hope. You had to hope you were near a computer at that time when that was going up, because
you have to plan around that. I remember there were days. And look, fortunately, this was another job I had, and I would plan those days. I'd be like, no phone calls around that time. Do not disturb. And, and fortunately, my boss used to like try to buy Mets tickets. So he'd always be like on, Ticketmaster or something like that. So I wouldn't get in trouble, but I would like refresh, like a little madman.
Ash, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Hello!
Let me catch up with you guys real quickly before we continue. It's like the teacher in the Peanuts cartoon. Wah, wah, wah. I love the First Order Troopers.
They look great.
Hot Toys should expand into other clones besides. Oh my God, you guys are crazy. How many clones do you guys want? Like, enough. You know what I mean? Like, that's the one line I want to get out of is clones, man.
See, but there's a market for it, right? Like,
well, no, it's let me tell you something. For somebody who's never watched the show, I love those figures. Right. I love those figures. I know nothing about them, and they're incredible looking figures.
They are.
Even though they look again, they're supposed to be clones, and just learning all this about them, they look incredible. Like I said, wait till the Bad Batch is complete, and you put all those against the clone troopers. That's gonna look beautiful, Right. So they're great looking figures. It's just how many can we freaking get? You know what I mean?
But that's like who, like, listen, like Harold right here, right? He's a huge. Obviously, he's a clone guy, right? And TK, right? They collect a ton of their displays look amazing, right? When you see all these clones together, you can't deny that looks awesome.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. They're beautiful figures. I'm not talking about the figure itself. Even these, looking cheap, they're still awesome looking figures, very sexy looking figures. Those helmets, very, very different. But it's like, like I said in my video, Hot Toys is laughing in our face.
Today, I think I sent you this morning. I was like, "What's up today? What's up for order tomorrow? What's up on Thursday?" Because even for me, I'm usually good at keeping track of things. I wasn't able to keep track at all, and I'm like, "What am I ordering? What am I trying to get today?"
Pedro says, "What happened was buying from Hong Kong Direct, realizing that Sideshow was not the only way one could buy Hot Toys, and they were never actually limited, as you can buy them in abundance overseas." Yeah, but then you still got to overpay a little bit depending on where you're getting the releases from.
Yeah,
right, and then the shipping and all that stuff. So sideshow comes in handy. When you do get the figure, they come in handy when you don't mind paying the tax and shipping, and they come in handy when you have a problem with your figure. It's easier to say overseas is, which, overseas has been very, very helpful for a lot of people, including me. I've ordered overseas plenty, and I've saved a lot of money ordering overseas, and I've overpaid also ordering overseas. So it's just another outlet to be able to get figures from. But I don't think that is, always the best route, because again, things happen. And God forbid you have a broken anything, right? Then you're going to have to ship that figure back and then risk, God forbid, it getting lost in the mail, which happens all the time, customs, whatever. So that's the risk that you have to think about when you're trying to save $10, $20, whatever it is. You know what I mean?
And there's the other risk too, like, because I love the Toys for Kittles. I've gotten a couple of figures from them too. But sometimes you're playing a game, right? If you don't buy it from Sideshow, right, there are those figures that nobody wants, right, or that sit around and you can get them for a discounted rate. But then there are those figures that everybody wants,
right,
or nobody anticipates. Like you guys have been talking about Mantis and She-Hulk. Apparently, they were all selling out everywhere, and if you can get them overseas, you're going to be paying a premium for them at this point. Whereas,
correct.
Yeah,
No,
sorry, that was.
I was going to ask you, why do you think that is? Mantis and She-Hulk.
I think in general, I don't think Hot Toys made that many of them
because of the pre-orders. I don't think people pre-order that a lot.
No, I think overall the pre-orders for that one, clearly they were big enough to be made, but not small enough to be canceled.
Exactly. I was just gonna say, big enough to be made is a great way to put it, because look at the Flash. You know what I mean? Clearly they canceled them for a reason.
And I've got to imagine like Morbius, like a figure like Morbius that I love. I thought that was a great figure. Very, very simple.
That was all head sculpt.
It was all the head sculpt. It was all the head sculpt.
All head sculpt and hands. That was the whole
thing.
thing.
That's all it was. But even that one, right? Like I've been looking at it. You can't get that very cheap, like on the secondary market right now. So I don't think they made that many of those either.
That's why those figures scare me. Those figures, like, when the movie's not that good and they still make it, or when the show's not that good and they still make it. Those are the figures that, like, you may not like the show, but they still made the figure. That figure is going to be meaningful at some point, because guaranteed they didn't make a lot. And just because of the fact that the show sucked or the movie sucked or whatever it was, and they still made it, it's a very, I've always thought that, it's crazy. I've always thought that. And I always said, you know what? People don't want this. I'm going to get it. And I can guarantee it's, I say that to myself all the time.
No, but I tell you the same thing. Like for Marvel, I'm not blind, right? I know that, obviously Deadpool and Wolverine, amazing movie, but they've been on a bit of a downward trend for a bit with their productions. But even then, now it's taken a life of its own. It's like, if it's a new Marvel character, it doesn't matter. It's almost like it doesn't matter if the movie's good or if it's bad. I'm still going to get it. So, they've got me. So anytime I see something like that, like a Morbius come out, my first thought is, when are we ever going to get another Morbius? Right? Exactly. When are we going to get another She-Hulk? Maybe from the Avengers movies? Who knows?
Right.
That's 2026, 2027. We're going to have to wait a while.
But also, don't forget what I always say. The moment Hot Toys makes a new anything, whether it's a head sculpt, again, depending on what it is, if they can reuse it on anything, they will. So a She-Hulk body, right? I can guarantee you that body has to get reused one way or another. They didn't just make the one batch to never use it again, right? It's not something like the Drax body, right? The Drax body was a very detailed body. They did it one time, never did it again, right? Which, again, you can't compare the same, that to this, because back then they weren't even making anywhere near as much product as they are now. So you can't even bring that up. But I'm talking about the difference between the detailed body and the plain She-Hulk body. It's easier for them to make a plain body, right? Plain silicone body, than it is that detailed body, guaranteed, because there's detail going to it, right? So I understand why they didn't make it, whatever the reasoning is, it is what it is. But a She-Hulk body for a character, right, that is supposed to appear, because I always keep forgetting, we always get in this topic, I always forget that she's fire. So my point is this: they usually will make something that they have to reuse and will reuse, period, right? They have to. Another example, look at what they did with this Joker that we just got, this Batman Imposter Joker.
Right.
Look at the new Batman figures that are coming out with the what are they called? The Bat Armory, Remember, we got the original Bat Armory, and now we got the acrylic Bat Armory.
Right.
Those bat suits are now the same. They're completely different than the DX19 suit. Those two new ones that I just mentioned with the Bat Armories are exactly the same. You better believe that we're going to get that suit reused and repainted one way or another.
Oh yeah, Hot Toys is gonna find a way to use that and make money off of it. There's no way. There's no doubt. So
the She-Hulk body will get reused one way or another. The issue is she's fired now. So does that mean
you know what though if anything, and look, I know we're gonna get into it later, right? The San Diego Comic-Con announcements, but if anything, the fact that we were getting these people back, I don't think anybody's ever completely gone from Marvel unless you're the guy that was Rhodey, or they're gonna recast, right? They're gonna give somebody new.
Thank you. So even if they and this is where I was headed, even if they recast, there still has to be a She-Hulk somewhere. So you're gonna tell me that they're not gonna use the exact same CGI body and just
a new head sculpt?
Yeah, that's it. So that's my point. But so this is what I mean. They're always gonna reuse things because it doesn't make sense to use something once that they took time and effort and money to make. You better believe they're going to milk the hell out of that. William, welcome back. Tully says, Fabs, even if you didn't get this, you still got this. That's the great thing about having friends. Say, guys.
Well, you got this, right? William's going to send him.
Are you guys reading this? This is for you, my friend.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you, bro.
No, you.
No, thank you, bro.
Thank you.
No, thank you, bro.
No, seriously, you.
No, seriously, thank you, bro.
No, for real, you.
No, thank you.
We got Big Dog in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. William, so question for you, since you just got back, and let's get you dirty with some action. So we are talking about how cheap Imperial Commando is, compared to the clones. Okay, you don't have an Imperial Commando because I have it. So you wouldn't be able to talk about this. You have your own customs. It's not the same thing. But let's say you do know what I'm talking about. How do you feel about the fact that they're making cheaper quality figures, or at least they feel cheaper, for more money than your standard release will be?
Well, his price was less than the clones, wasn't it?
He was $250, came out to $290 something, and this one was $275.
Okay.
Or $270, whatever.
Hopefully it's just them using a lighter material that is just as durable. Is that most likely the case? Probably not. But that's
a good point too. I didn't think about that. Maybe this is the beginning of something, of new paneling, new different paneling style.
It's just with any type of plastic, when you switch from one type to like ABS, versus vacuum molding and everything else, it's like you can make it thinner, but you can have it just as strong or stronger. So, them only going up a little bit in the price is actually a less of an increase compared to a lot of the other figures when you compare previous similar releases to newer releases, like, that new Iron Man that's like $550 or whatever after tax and shipping. That's kind of a lot.
Which is that one? The 42?
The 42.
Yeah.
That's how much it is? Five plus?
It's like $499 or something before tax and shipping.
Oh wow. I didn't pre-order yet, so I don't know. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for that one.
You haven't pre-ordered your yellow Wolverine, have you?
No, I haven't. I haven't. I actually just pre-ordered Deadpool yesterday, I think.
Well, the Wolverine's doing the 10-minute warning when you add it to your cart.
You better get that.
No, I think that's FOMO though. I gotta get it, but I think that's FOMO. And I'm gonna need 2 of those anyway. So I don't know how that's gonna work, but I need 2 of those. I need the completely covered arms look with the head sculpt, and then obviously the armless look with the mask on, but also the battle damage with the TVA jacket. So
save yourself some money though. Like what I did was I got the deluxe on order, right? And then I'm gonna get a standard version so that I can kind of just
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's cheaper
bottom.
that way. Yeah.
Yeah, I get a second one cheaper, and then I got the TVA one on order, the jacket version as well.
Yeah, but
Oh,
you
that
need
is
the
true.
masked head to put on the shirtless one that they announced. Because that one only comes with a cowl for him to hold, but not to wear.
So you're saying get 2 deluxes?
No, but no. You know why? At least for me, it's not necessary because remember that the Wolverine with the TVA jacket Wolverine is battle damage head sculpt, so I don't need to cover that up. So remember that the yellow one comes clean, and that's the battle damage. So
Listen, you want it from the very end where he takes the mask off. Oh, no spoilers. No spoilers. Let's
Just
not get
saying,
into it.
be an accurate look if he was wearing the mask with no shirt.
right, which can't happen
Fair point.
unless you swap the head sculpt.
That's what you said.
Well, I was repeating what you said, peasant. Jim, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Thank you for being here. That's what I just said. Albert says, I got an email saying my Black Widow was arriving late and Sideshow released the date shows June 2025 to December.
Yeah, I just got that email like 10 minutes ago saying my Artisan Black Widow's arriving
Same
late.
here.
Wait, what? You peasants are getting emails?
Yeah, saying that the figure that doesn't release till next year is coming late.
Because they messed up the dates, right? They had it set for 2024, so they had to update it in their system.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just got it. Your
I
item,
think we're all getting.
your item Black Widow Artisan Edition Special Edition 6 scale figure by Hot Toys has been delayed. It has been delayed.
It hasn't, right? They just updated the date. That's all it is.
Look
Wait,
at what look at what the comment says right here, Fabs. June 2025 to December 2024. They messed up the year.
Oh, I see what you're
And
saying.
so
Gotcha.
they updated the year, and so then the system's like, "Oh man, it's delayed a year. Let's send out."
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, I was like, what the hell's going on?
But
Gotcha.
meanwhile, I don't know. I got the Deadpool deluxe alert that it's coming in early, which is nice because it means that.
Yeah, but the Deadpool, it's like months. Like there's
No, but I think what's happening, or I hope this is the case. I hope that means Sideshow got some of that early allotment that got released because Hong Kong released like I think 1,500. That's why people already have it in hand, right? So it's like if you didn't get that original that batch from them, you're gonna have to wait a while. But it looks like Sideshow might be getting a couple of early ones. So if you pre-ordered, you might have a chance at getting it early.
Right, they may send you that notification asking you if you want it earlier or not. You know, so that's true. Oh, that's awesome.
Because I got my email saying from August to September now.
Caleb, how are you, my friend? Welcome.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
Let's see. We got this is new. Dirk Diggler stunt double. How are you? Welcome. Do you guys think there will be a second Deadpool battle damage with a head sculpt? Absolutely, 100%. I already called it. Even before the movie came out, we will get a battle damage Deadpool with a head sculpt. We will get a clean version head sculpt. Because once they make one head sculpt, you better believe it's going to be 1, 2, 3 to just paint some blood on it. So we're getting both head sculpts. I can guarantee you we're getting him with that tropical outfit as some Hot Toys exclusive or something like that, with that tropical shirt that he had on. I feel like it's coming. It's a goofy thing that Hot Toys has to do to constantly reuse these head sculpts, which they're going to do. And I think that's where we're going to get a clean head sculpt for him that's going to be swappable with any Deadpool figure, that you want to swap it with. So I think that's where we're going with that 100%. So absolutely. Oh, look who's here. The driver. Welcome.
Hello.
Are you familiar with Dirk Diggler?
Yes. Stop it.
What?
That's a good question because you hadn't watched Forrest Gump, right?
You haven't seen lots of classic films, but if you watch one about a male porn star, that's telling.
You want to know something? You really want to know something? What was your question? What was your question about the name? Repeat the question because I'm going to fix the situation right now. What was the question?
Were you familiar with Dirk Diggler?
What did I say?
Yes.
Did I say I saw the movie? Exactly, peasant. Stop it. So Let's see who else we got. Joker says Fab's getting out of here. He ain't collecting lately. Man, I gotta take a break. I gotta go hang out with Rudy for a little bit. So also, hold on, I gotta bring up something. Since we're all right. So hold on, guys. Hold on 1 second. Let me just pull this up because now, of course, I'm in the queue again. Oh my god, this is
In the queue again for what? To get
when
into
when you get out of the site, it brings you to a queue.
Oh Lord.
I guess it's delayed. It got PTSD from today. It's stuck.
I feel like yesterday was worse.
do you mean?
Was worse. Like I feel like today, even though I didn't get to order this one, right? I was late. I didn't think it crashed as much. Yesterday, for some reason, everything was crashing. So today looks like it at least went a little bit better than it did yesterday. Like I said, I was freaking out yesterday. I thought I'm gonna miss out.
Why?
Because I kept getting booted. I just thought I wasn't gonna get the figure.
So today's the 30th. All right, so tomorrow's the 31st. So for tomorrow, that's what I was trying to figure out. I was like, what's happening here? So for tomorrow, guys, we got this beauty coming out. It will most likely be, you guys think it'll be the same time as today, 1 o'clock?
Yeah, they have the time posted.
I think it's 10 a.m. Yeah,
10 a.m.
10,
Pacific time.
Pacific, so that means what, 1 p.m.?
1 p.m.
1 p.m., guys, tomorrow. Wait, how did you guys get this notification?
Oh, if you just go to the
That's
site,
on
if you just go to
Sideshow page,
Sideshow.
if you read,
Oh, no, I told you guys. Who did I
I
just tell?
can't read.
I just told Ernesto today. I don't read. Reading's for rich people. So
Dr. Fabs. I can't read.
I know. Meanwhile, we're dropping how much money on these artisan figures already.
exactly. Who needs to know how to read? What's that, Peasant J? He said Peasant J. He hasn't ordered his Wolverine Miss Scourge. Yeah, no. Today was a bad day for me. Today was a very bad day in the collecting world for me. All right, guys. So William, I don't think I got your take on these guys, on all these new announcements. So let's get into the artisan Iron Spider. So question for you. How do you like the updated light up function on the suit number 1? Because I think it's very cool that they actually went that far. I would have never expected that from them because of the fact that it's a very minor upgrade. I figured if they ever went that far with the suit, it was going to be a lot of money. They did it. It's not crazy expensive, at least in my opinion, for what it is. What do you think of this?
I mean, it looks nice. The light up function for the suit, I assume that means what, he has like a USB tail hanging out of his butt and then you plug him in.
Yeah, he's got the USB port like everything else, I guess.
Oh well, it's the future.
But you know what's crazy? They show you the back. Let me, before you continue, just talking about the connection. Let's see if they even show you the back. Because see, they show you the pincers, but they don't show you where like it would be unless this is it here. So you can't really tell that there's anything USB back here. That's what I was going to ask you. So where do you think the connection will be if it's not up there? You think it'll be hidden in here somewhere?
If it's not hidden in between those legs, then it'll be like a tramp stamp.
Oh, damn. All right, go ahead. Keep going with your thought.
Well, it's just with the cable sticking out of them, like that's gonna be, I don't know, difficult to make him pose if you want him to be dynamic. But if he's just standing, then you can always do the cable running down his leg, disappear.
Oh, I see what you're saying. But what if like maybe running the cable like down his leg behind the leg?
Well, right, but if you have him up in the air, then you run into the.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Why
You're right.
make this do what I want it to do without, being too obvious? Like, you could have run it down one of his little tentacle arms coming out the side, and have it hidden behind it, But there's different size cables and everything else. But that's neither here nor there. It's a nice head sculpt. He looks like he's been through some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's that same material for the suit where right there, look at his right arm, there's already a giant ass crease just from the
Where?
block.
Oh, here?
Yeah. Isn't that a
Well,
crease?
yes, but I don't know if you're noticing, they're making the suits on the bodies a little bit baggier. So when you do bend it, you do get creasing, but it's not that permanent creasing that is ruining the suits.
It's
Yeah.
just bunching up of the
Right, it's just
fabric
bunching
kind
up,
of,
but
yeah.
it's not like permanently ruining the suit like the original one. The original Iron Spider has been the worst suit Hot Toys has ever used, ever.
Yeah, it's that's why I just got that Spider-Man 3, the Tobey Maguire, the first ever Spider-Man made by Hot Toys.
Wait, you got the one with the thunder thighs?
That was in the picture that was sent to you with him and Green Goblin.
I thought that was some like the third party one that what
Nope,
was it?
that's the original. I traded actually the Thunder Toys.
Thunder Toys, right? That's
I
what I thought you
traded-
had.
I traded the symbiote, half red, half symbiote, for the Hot Toys Spider-Man 3 that comes with that giant gargoyle base.
Yes. Oh, you lost on that trade, huh?
What do you mean?
Because that Spider-Man sucks.
No, it doesn't.
The original Hot Toy Spider-Man doesn't suck. Go ahead, William. Explain to me why.
Bring up the picture.
What picture?
The one that I sent you. That you were
What?
like, sick.
Yeah, but no, I didn't know that was that figure. That figure is not sick. The pose that you had him in the display was sick, not the figure. But
That
how-
just goes to
how
show
did
you, right? If you properly pose
I
and you
enjoy
figure to look great.
the all cloth
Here,
costume.
here. Hold on. Let's
Here.
just
Here,
show.
here.
Let's just show what he's talking about. And I'm gonna prove to you guys something. Hold on,
Here.
William. Hold on, William. Hold on, William.
Okay.
Hold on, William.
Okay.
Guys, lessons will be learned tonight. So remember, he said that. Remember that he said the Hot Toy Spider-Man is better than the Thunder Toy Spider-Man. I have both here, so we're gonna prove a point here. Hold on. Now I'm frozen. Now I'm frozen like Elsa. Let's see.
No, I said I traded for it.
What?
I traded the Thunder Toys for it.
No, that's what I'm saying. I said, do you think you? I said you definitely lost on that trade. Where are you? Did you block me? You blocked me so I wouldn't show them proof. Imagine. Hold on. William he went incognito. Hold on. There we go. All right, William. I wish you hadn't done this to yourself. But let's go. Let's go. All right, here it is. Somebody has the strongest base in the world. So here it is, guys. So tell me this is not a sick display.
That looks good. That looks nice.
Thank you. Exactly what I said. This looks sick. Now, why did you pose him that way, William?
Because he's swinging.
I want to tell you why. This is how I have mine displayed, and this is why it's fun.
Wait, what are we about to get? What are we about to get? Oh my god. Yeah, it looks great. What's wrong with it?
It's because the ankles are notoriously shitty.
Oh, okay. So you have to have him kind of in a dynamic pose.
Well, he has two different stands that he came with.
Did you just say notoriously shitty?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Is
The
that,
ankle-
is that what he just said? This is how I have mine displayed, okay? Peasant,
Is he like,
just like this. You want to know why?
because you like seeing him do hand cradles like
No,
this?
no, because look at this thing, okay? And look at this thing.
Yes.
The ankles are rubber, okay? So don't tell me that this is better than Thunder Toys, okay?
Can you stop saying that I said it was better when I said I traded it for it?
I never said you said that.
You just keep saying that I said it.
I never said. I said you lost in this trade, and you said what? Like as if I was wrong.
That gargoyle is worth more than a Thunder Toy.
That gargoyle base is pretty nice. Let's be honest. It's
But-
not as good. It's not as good as the in-art like forest base, but
Yes.
you know.
It's modular though, where you can make it shorter because
Oh, is it modular?
yeah, it's 2 halves. So if you don't have enough vertical height, you can pop off the top 2 parts and just put that down.
See, I never picked this one up. I
And
was
then,
Don't-
just to show you guys that I know what I'm talking about. This is the Thunder Toys with the symbiote because I didn't need the red one, and I didn't need the black one because they did both of them. And so I bought this one because this is the only look I didn't have, and it's the same exact thing as the red one and the black one, same exact body, just obviously different suits. And this is way better than that Hot Toys one. That's super old. So that's my point.
Can you make that one do this pose?
What pose? Your pose?
Yeah.
Let me see. If I break my figure, you owe me one.
No.
Oh wait, no, you can't because this is stiff as hell.
Exactly.
It's still better. So oh wait, I got William tried to play me with the what do you call it? With the telling me to articulate this thing.
But
Both to show you that I didn't even try, okay?
the whole reason I did the trade is I wanted an all cloth costume, and that's what I got. Even the mask is attached. There's no
Yes. That is very different for that figure. Absolutely.
and because I wanted it posed with my Green Goblin kit bash that you see there in the photo, you know, I wanted the Sam Raimi look of Spider-Man, and I wanted the cloth one because there's just too many suits that you bend it once and then it's like, well, that's forever. Like Mike Killmonger has been sitting in a throne for like 4 years. I'm pretty sure
he's done.
oh,
it's
man.
like, but that's the pose that
that you want him in.
with her figure. So, and she doesn't really repose hers because she has, you know, all the Tom Hiddlestons are hers and the Michael B. Jordan. You know, I don't know if you could tell the pattern here, but it's because they're hot dudes.
No, my
How do you allow that disrespect in your own home?
This is her house.
This is her house.
Literally.
I'm the peasant here.
Yeah, I pay rent.
He's like, I pay rent. Oh, man.
It's just in her name because she has amazing credit.
All right. Just real quickly. Actually, never mind. I was gonna ask you guys something, but we're gonna get into we're gonna continue what we were just talking about with the Spider-Man. Rudy. Now, are you going for this? Are you getting back into Marvel with this, or are we staying with Harry Potter and the Minions?
First of all, J&D Harry Potter incoming. Don't knock that. I
First
just
of all.
told Brad. Brad is in the chat, and I told him Inart better watch out. They're coming for them.
Oh my
But
God.
no, all kidding aside, I want the figure because I have the original, and like you and William have been saying, I decided to do a dynamic pose with it. The suit is shot.
Yep.
At this point,
Worst
it
suit
is.
ever. Worst suit ever.
So I'm like, so I definitely want the figure, the upgraded version. I just don't know if I need the artisan version. So I think that's the debate. I'm gonna try to get it tomorrow anyway.
So you want
Just-
the figure, period. You don't care for the hair.
Right. The hair thing, I do like the sculpt. I think it looks great, but I don't. I'm gonna be like Mike. I don't know that I need the hair on this one in particular.
Right. See, the one thing I do like, okay, if you pay attention to this, it's not a 2.0. Okay. So if you pay attention to that, it's bless you. It's not a 2.0. Okay. So it's not a bigger figure. It's not a taller figure. Are we getting a 2.0? Your opinion. Go.
I think it is.
This is not a 2.0. This is not labeled a 2.0. Is it? Does it say Iron Spider 2.0? Let me see.
No, it doesn't. But it's that's a new body,
No,
man.
That's my point. Don't tell me that's not a valid question because think about it. Think about it. We are getting 2.0s labeled 2.0s, which are what? Bigger bodies. Bigger bodies, bigger, bulkier bodies. So
I mean, look, this is totally brand new though. It's USB powered. The arms are larger. They're magnetically affixed as opposed to the posts. Right. The suit looks different.
Look at the size. They look exactly the same. So there's really nothing 2.0 about this at all. Yes, it's got updates, but that does not make it 2.0. That's where I'm going. Remember, don't be like Mike. 2.0s are a real thing. Okay,
Right.
2.0s are a real thing. They're bigger figures, they're updated figures, newly done head sculpts, bigger heads than your typical smaller ones. So it's a thing. It's a real thing, and it's something that I'm
Now,
asking you.
unless they're playing semantics here, right? Because the first one was an Infinity War Iron Spider, and now this is an Endgame Iron Spider, right? Unless they're playing semantics, because right, like the Mark 42 we just got, it's an Iron Man 3 Mark 42 2.0, right? This is now. It's not like they're giving us an Avengers Infinity game 2.0. So maybe that's the reason why.
No, you're 100% correct. That's my point. It's an
Right.
updated figure. It's not a 2.0. It's updated from the 1.0.
Right.
They updated why? Because it's a different line. It's Endgame now.
That's why. Now it's Endgame.
Correct.
Yeah, I think that's
so
what they're
my
doing.
question to you again, do you think we're getting a 2.0?
No.
Ever?
Ever? Like, what would you improve on it? Like, this is already...
What is a 2.0? Do you tell me what a 2.0 is?
Well, it's a major improvement. Like, look at the Iron Man. Like, like you said, totally new body, more highly posable, more detailed, more features.
What's the Batman? The armored Batman.
Right.
That thing is massive too.
So there have to be significant improvements. I already think, even though this is from a different line, they've already given us the improvements. So my question, and if you go for the artisan, you're getting the added head sculpt.
They're giving you improvements. They're not giving you the 2.0 improvements. Big difference.
So what do you think? So the question I posed to you is, what do you think a true 2.0 of this figure would include?
A true 2.0 would be, this is the standard, and the 2.0 would be up here. It would have to be just off the bat taller, period, because it's a different body. So
yeah,
but
Tom Holland's also short, right?
He's correct. But
he's a smaller guy.
But the 2.0. So what are you telling me with this? What you're telling me is, if we have, and I'm going specific with the armored Batman. Armored Batman, we got the regular one, we got battle damage, and we got black chrome, all the same height. Now we're getting a 2.0. What is the difference between the 1.0 and the 2.0?
It's taller. It's a bigger figure. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a lot. There's a lot.
So what are you telling me about Ben Affleck's height then? Exactly. It means nothing.
Right.
It means nothing. So that's what I'm saying. He could be short all he wants. But when it comes to scaling a figure as a 2.0, it's got to change. It's got to change.
Right. But so here's my next question to you, though, is right. So let's say this is not a 2.0. This is just, again, an updated version from a new line that they're doing, right? What we saw with that Ben Affleck Batman, what we saw with the Iron Man Mark 42 diecast 2.0, it's not just the height increase, right? There are a ton of other improvements. So correct. If you get this one, we're getting an artisan version of this. Are you telling me you would be okay buying this one and then buying a 2.0 version just because it's a little bit bigger?
It's not about the bigger. It's about a brand new figure all around. You're not buying that armored Batman because it's a bigger figure. You're buying but again, right? Like you said, getting a whole new figure,
better all around.
Correct.
But look at the improvements you're getting here, and I think that's my question.
The 2.0 will be better than this, absolutely.
But tell me what you would change from this one, this improved version, that would make its way into a 2.0 that you're not seeing here, besides the size. Because I agree with you.
They could. Oh man, what can they possibly do in general? So much, Right now they're giving.
He just got food.
He just voted himself. Now they're. What's up, everybody? We're in charge now.
Don't ask me what happened. William kicked me out when I was going to show him some stuff.
That's right.
Hold on, guys. I don't even know what just happened. I think I got hit with a cyber attack. So what was I saying?
So you were telling us what the improvements would be from this to a 2.0.
Right. So let me show you. So for example, here. So new accessories, added accessories. So this here, right, doesn't belong here, but they added it. The base, a brand new base, doesn't belong, but they added it. So they could give us a new base.
Wait, what do you mean that doesn't belong here? That's an
No. How come they didn't give us this style of base the first time?
Because
exactly my point.
Infinity War, this is Endgame.
Correct. So they could give.
Thank you, William.
That's my point. They could give you a completely different base.
You're arguing with yourself, Fabs. This makes no sense.
So that's what I mean. They could give you whatever the hell they want. They could change the whole figure
Look,
around.
look, it's Hot Toys. Can they do a reissue? Can
Exactly.
they do a
Thank
2.0?
you. Thank
Yes,
you.
they can
That's
do
it.
that.
That's
Right,
my
but
point. That's my point.
Now for me, the thing is, right, it becomes, what are we gonna buy? Like, I think this is a pretty decent upgrade from that original one. Now, for me to get another one, because a third version of this, it would have to be a pretty significant upgrade from that too, which I don't know that they're gonna be able to do that, but I could be surprised.
I'm gonna tell you right now, guys. There will be a Iron Spider 2.0 figure eventually. You heard it here first. 2037. You heard it here first. Okay. William. Oh wait, you went already. Rudy. Now, do you think the figure is necessary overall? Do you think people are asking for this? Do you think people are gonna flock to this? Do you think people love this? I know a lot of people don't like the suit. Even when the movies came out, they didn't like the suit. So, how do you think this is gonna do? Besides the fact, obviously, it's limited, so it's gonna sell out. But
it's gonna sell out. It's limited, right? People are gonna want to buy this just because it's limited. Just like every artisan right now that's sold out, this is gonna be gone in no time. I mean, I think even, like, I want it because, it's an upgraded version for my Marvel collection, and I could put this next to all the other Endgame figures. So that's why I want it. But I think for other people looking for it, other people might feel the same way, and some are just gonna buy it because it's an exclusive. That's pretty much it.
I just want this. I just want to respond to Albert real quickly.
Wrong.
So, let's see. Genius. We got. Hear me out, guys. They should do a 2.0 Spider-Man with a metal woven suit. Imagine. Diecast suit. That's a 2.0. You're going to tell me that an Iron Spider-Man with a diecast Iron Man suit or Iron Spider suit won't sell it as a 2.0? What? Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Rudy. So that's what I mean. Don't put it past them. Don't put it past them.
All the people that are arguing that this is a 2.0 or not a 2.0, I'm not sure how deep they were into collecting action figures up to smaller scales and stuff, but it's like all the Star Wars Power of the Force figures and everything else, when they release, Han Solo from the first movie and Han Solo from the third movie, and the outfit is exactly the same and the sculpt is exactly the same, but the card says A New Hope and the card
That's
of the
exactly
other
it.
says Return of the Jedi, it's a different line from a different movie. So it's not a 2.0. It's just, you might be reusing a lot of the same parts or all of the same parts, but it's not a re-release of the Infinity War one just because it's not. And so that's where Fabs gets into this isn't specifically a 2.0 of the existing one, because that's
Correct.
the Infinity War
Correct.
Spider-Man, and this is Endgame.
Correct.
And yeah, he did wear a costume that, may have been 99% the same between the two, but it's just, there's obviously differences in how they're presenting it and what they're doing for the engineering and whatnot.
Doom says 1 second, Mike. Oh, this is Mike. This is for Bob. Yeah, so that's my point. Like I said, this one specifically cannot be a 2.0 because of the fact that, like you guys said, it's an Endgame release. The original one, the 1.0, is an Infinity War release, right? So this cannot be called a 2.0. Nobody could call it a 2.0 because it can't be a 2.0. The reason why the Armored Batman, for example, is a 2.0 is because it's being released from Batman vs Superman movie. So they already made one, and they're redoing it again, completely renovated, brand new from top to bottom. This is why they're calling it a 2.0, because it's that much better. It's newer. It's completely different. You have die-cast now, which the originals were plastic. So that's what I mean. So that's how that's a 2.0, and this cannot be a 2.0. Now, if they decide to make it again for Infinity War, then that would have to be a 2.0, because I don't think they're going to go backwards and reissue the standard one that they did, right? So now that they've updated the suit to this is going to be the same material used for whatever next one they decide to do. Let's see. What was the other thing? The next one we got coming is on what is it? Friday? Thursday.
Thursday, we got Joker.
Joker's Thursday. So we're gonna get into the Joker because that's gonna be another figure that this is, believe it or not, guys. And I think I told you guys this, or I told somebody this. This is my least favorite figure out of every announcement. I understand the hype. I get the hype. The movie was very good. He was a great actor in the movie, so I understand. Because of the fact that I have the Toys Era ones, I'm like, whatever, right? What really worries me about not getting this figure is they're gonna make more. Okay, they're gonna make more, and then it's like, what if the other one looks really good? And I'm like, oh, now I need the first one because I'm a peasant. So that's where I'm at with this. Again, I'm gonna go for it. I hope I get it, but this is not like, out of all of the releases, all the announcements, this is not my favorite by any means. This is not my second favorite by any means. This is not my third favorite by any means. So Rudy, let's go to you. Is this something that to you is necessary for your collection? Did you love the movie that much? And do you think there are more coming?
So, first of all, yeah, I think there's more coming, right? Hot Toys isn't going to just drop the single one. Do I need it for the collection? It's funny. I didn't think I did, right? For the longest time, I was like, yeah, I don't need this one. And then, I passed on the Toys Era. I love the movie. The movie is amazing, right? But it's kind of dark. It's not something that I like. Like, I'll go back. I'm sure when Logan and Deadpool and Wolverine comes out, right? I'll be watching that over and over again because it's that good. This was not that kind of movie, right?
What, Deadpool Wolverine?
No, I'm saying when Deadpool and Wolverine comes out on like digital, I'm gonna buy that and I'm gonna watch that so many times because it's so funny. This is a movie that was really good, but I don't feel the need to
correct.
Revisit.
I think
it's like
that's what it
dark.
Is. I think that's what it is.
It's depressing.
The movie was great, but it's not something that I would watch over and over and over. Absolutely correct.
Right.
Yep.
So that's why I thought, do I really need this? And then what was it? InArt dropped their, we're not gonna get too crazy to that, but they dropped their $2,000 set, and I'm like, no way for that price point.
Was that InArt you said?
Yeah. And then now Hot Toys is dropping this one, and I got to be honest, the more I look at this one, the more appealing it becomes. Mm-hmm. And it's one that I'm going to try to get for myself because, again, it was a great movie. And I don't need all the Jokers. I don't think this is a line that even if they release 5 other versions, I'm going to get all of them. But I think this was the iconic look, and it's something that I think would look nice on the display.
Look at this peasant. What the heck, Fab literally just arguing against his own. No, because I play devil's advocate. I play both sides so you guys could see, what can happen, what are the possibilities.
And that's why you booted yourself off the internet.
That's right.
No, I think my subconscious did. So William,
yes.
Now tell us about the movie first. How did you feel about the movie? Were you a fan of the movie? Did you see the movie multiple times?
Yeah, I've actually seen it several times. I went and saw it in the theater with Evie when it first came out. We both really liked it. It was, I quite enjoy original takes on stories. I've always been an Elseworlds and a What If fan, especially when they're done well. And having, this guy who's, it's not necessarily Batman that made him this way. It's just society and everything else. It's just an interesting take on it. And Todd Phillips, the director, for somebody being known for the Hangover movies, and all these other comedy movies, coming out with this rated R serious movie, Swinging for the Fences. I feel like it was, a very well done movie, and the figure looks nice. It's the artisan and everything else, and it's the quote iconic look from the movie where it's him going down the stairs and doing all that stuff. So if they don't make another one from the Joker, then you have the iconic look, but they're releasing this right when all the teasers are coming out for Joker. What is it, Folie Deux or whatever? It's
right.
because it's the quote unquote musical where it's crazy people in Arkham Asylum breaking into song and dance and stuff. It's another thing that sounds like it'll be fairly interesting to watch it, and it might be another one where you watch it once or twice over the course of years, and it's not going to be like sit down and watch it constantly. Like you could, like Rudy's saying, I could probably sit there and watch Deadpool 3 every couple days and be happy, because it's just so many
It's a fun movie.
memories and everything else of the 20 something years of all the Fox movies, and just X-Men in general and everything else. And it's all that versus the Joker. It's like, yeah, it's not quite the same level of rewatchability, in my opinion.
Right.
But there's all kinds of classic movies that are, you watch them once and it's like, all right, I saw it, that was something. But it's not like wanting to go out and just, like, I know you said you'd never seen Forrest Gump, but that's one that I've probably seen it 3 or 4 times. But the movie's also been out.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Second. Who the hell said I've never seen Forrest Gump? What the hell are you talking about?
Rudy said it earlier, and you didn't say that he was wrong.
I didn't hear him say that at all. What are you talking about?
I did say it.
He said it
I
today.
did say.
When was this?
I said it earlier about,
I
because
can
we were talking
tell
about
you-
movies.
I can tell you anything you'd like to know about that movie. I've seen it that many times. So anyway, go ahead. Continue, peasant.
Okay, well, like the other million things that you have not seen besides Forrest Gump.
Correct.
But I'm just saying, that movie's considered a classic. You said you've
Right.
seen it a bunch of times.
Absolutely.
Do you watch it more than once a year?
No, I've seen it over the years a bunch of times. Like I
Right.
haven't seen it once
Right.
this year. I haven't seen it once
Because it's
last
been out
year.
like 30 something years, it's, and so I've probably seen it, 15 or 20 times over
Correct.
the course of
Correct.
30 years, but
Right.
I'm not watching it, like I've seen Return of the Jedi probably, 100 times.
Right.
And, that's a significantly higher number when it comes to watching a 2.5 hour long movie.
No, it's
But-
true. It's true. But one thing I was going to say, don't use French profanity on my stream next time. And then also, going back to the figure, how do you feel about the actual figure? Are you excited to get the figure? Do you care for the figure, even though you like the movie, or are you just going sculpted like usual?
I'm not getting it at all.
Wrong answer. So that kind of wrong answer.
I kind of wish that he had maybe a second sculpt. I know that would be hard with the artisan, but just that straight face right there. There's no,
Yeah, I said that. I said
Yeah.
that.
maniacal. Ha!
Yes, thank you. I said the same thing. I said it needed an expression 100%. It's
And
very
it's
blah.
like, the in-art ones, the 4-pack, it's like there's so little want or need for some of those looks, where it's like, yeah, they do have the what company made the one of him holding the sign where he gets the shit kicked out of him?
Yeah.
What, some
What?
third-party company made that already?
Is it
It's
like Toys
Wait,
R Us or
of him
something?
beat up?
No, the one with the sign where he's got that
Oh,
whole
the clown. The
suit.
clown. Yeah, the
Yeah.
clown with the lab coat. Yeah, that's Toys R Us.
Okay, Toys R Us. It's like, that figure's out there if you wanted that specific look without having to, drop that much money on that. But it's, I don't think Hot Toys is going to come with that specific look.
Correct. Well, I think they will, just like, and I'm going to tell you why. I think the reason why they're getting into this now is to shut Inart down 100%. And I can guarantee you that there are more coming for that reason. They're going to kill that 4-pack faster than you think. And and that's what I'm telling you. This is not just one off and next. Absolutely not. They're going for Inart to show them who's king and to show them that we can get figures not at $1,000 like they said. I think that's where this is going. Rudy, what do you think of that?
No, I said that I think the last time this came out. This is a flex, I think, move from Hot Toys.
But do you think they, like, your own opinion? Like, do you really think, or do you believe that Hot Toys went out of their way to get this just to go at Inart, or do you think it just happened?
I don't know that they did it to go after InArt, but I'm sure that they once they got the license and they knew they were doing this, I'm sure the thought crossed their mind that this was going to be.
So what do you mean? So you're saying they got the license not as competition, just for what? If somebody, if you know of a company, if I'm InArt and I'm making the Joker and you're Hot Toys, let's switch it. Let's switch the role because I can't be a third party peasant. So I'm Hot Toys. I'm Hot Toys.
No, I'm
Hot Toys, and you're InArt, and let's say you're making the what do you call it? You're making the Joker, and I see that. Why?
Look, I think you're right. I think it's a statement. It's a flex to InArt saying we got the license too, and we're giving you these figures in multiple versions that are much more affordable than what you could do. I think it's a total flex. I think it's the same thing that they did when with Jazz Inc. when Yost was going for the DeLorean, and he came out and basically said, I was going to do the DeLorean, and then Hot Toys came out with theirs, right? And they kind of did this to mess with me. I think Hot Toys, there are times when they want to basically push, put their weight, push their weight around, and they want to basically show everybody they're the big dog. And I think this is exactly what that is. And I think I still haven't gotten nobody's gotten any explanation from InArt, right? No response on why
nobody
claiming
ask you that
this is $1,000, right? That it was $1,000 limit from the license. Because like I said last time, right? I don't know that InArt's had the greatest week because this thing dropped, right? Which puts into question the validity of everything they said about their figures. And again, either they lied or Hot Toys has a better legal team negotiating their licenses, right, to get this at the affordable rate. And two, right, we saw the Artisan Joker drop, and the Artisan Heath Ledger Joker is actually pretty solid compared to the InArt one. So it's not it wasn't a great week for InArt, and I don't think there's any response for that.
So what you're trying to say, and I think you're trying to say it in little words.
Why, you little... I touch you! Go! Go!
It's all just an act.
Stop! Stop! He's already dead.
He's already dead. Shout out to William for that. He sent me the meme, and then I got Lahara to give me the video.
That's a great moment from Simpsons.
Oh man. Let me see. Let me catch up with some. Oh, so Joker, please.
Oh, what was the answer?
Oh wait, too long to explain in text. Oh man, won't believe it anyway.
No, Jay, come on, you got to tell us.
I definitely won't believe it. But please type it.
Then Joker the link so he can come in real quick and tell everybody out loud.
Oh yes,
yeah.
Do that if you
Joker,
can.
come on.
Yeah. Eric, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Thank you for being here.
I'm doing.
Nice to see you, my friend. Welcome. He did present the memo or contract that stayed. WB wanted 1K Joker merch.
So see to me that still makes InArt look bad because it's kind of like you weren't able to negotiate something cheaper, right? And you let Warner Brothers push you around, and Hot Toys was able to negotiate a contract with that.
Well, like I said, at the end of the day, if that's the case, let's just say that's the case. At the end of the day, InArt will never be Hot Toys. Will never be the magnitude of company that Hot Toys is.
Well, look, I think that's exactly what it is, right? It just shows the difference between the two companies.
Right.
It shows that one company wasn't able to negotiate a better deal, and they said, you know what, we want to do this figure. We're going to do $1,000 minimum. That's what Warner Brothers wants. And then you've got Hot Toys, who's been doing this for long enough, and they've got a lot of skin in the game, and they were able to say, no, we want to do one figure. So
that's what I'm saying. So whatever the situation is from the beginning, InArt was being shady, which, like I told you guys before, I was the only one in the entire community to call them out. I was looked at as crazy. I was looked at as he doesn't know what he's talking about. This company is going to kill Hot Toys. And here we are. They've been getting destroyed by Hot Toys ever since they've been out. And now that the Joker's out, finally, right? The Hot Toys' first Joker in years, that was the nail in the coffin, because that destroyed their Joker as well. So that was my point. Hot Toys, Inert will never compete with Hot Toys. They're not anywhere near the same level, not anywhere near the same anything, period. And it's not about, that's not an opinion, that's a fact. If that hurt your feelings, I apologize, but you know, if that hurt your feelings.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
You know, because that's what happens. That's what happens. You know, it's kind of like, oh,
Hey,
What's up, Jay? All right, man of the moment. Come on, man.
not Mike. Sorry.
so tell us what happened, because I didn't hear anything.
So John was on Will Fox's stream, and they asked him about it. And what he said was that when they were given the license, they were told it had to be something premium, $1,000 price point. They were given the option as to what to do with that, but they wanted something more premium. And that when Hot Toys got this license recently, it's under the Joker 2 license. And now with the new Joker license, they've lowered the price point so that other people can now come in at a lower price range. And the reason that they did the initial price range being so high, I believe, had something to do with the fact that it was up for awards, and they didn't want a toy line for a movie that was going after awards at the time, something like that. I don't know that he necessarily said about the awards, but that's my own spin thinking about why they would initially want the price to be so high. And I think it's because that movie came out of left field, and the licensors wanted to keep it you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a fancy, they wanted it to be prestigious. Thank you. So they didn't want to just hand out toy licenses to everybody. So that explains why this one is under the Joker 2 license. So
wait, hold on. What do you keep saying Joker 2? This is the Joker. This is Joker, the very first Joker. Is this not, or am I bugging out?
No, it is. It's branded.
This is labeled.
It's branded Joker.
Yeah, this is
right,
Joker.
but
This is Joker 1.
But it's the license for the second movie.
But I don't understand what that even means. Because they got the if I get a license for a movie, it's gonna be that movie. So I can't sell a product for aliens when I got the rights for Alien. You know what I mean? So
I don't know that. I don't know that they have the rights for the Joker. Somebody said somewhere in the description or something that it's labeled Joker 2, the whatever the French word for this friggin' stupid movie is.
You mean this one specifically on screen is Joker 2?
Yeah, somebody brought it up somewhere. I didn't look into it. I don't know. So someone else is going to have to try to find that out. But supposedly,
I'm looking at Facebook at their.
Yeah, that's very weird because I don't. Let me see. Let me see if it comes up here, because I'm telling you that doesn't make sense. You don't pay for one license and make figures for another one, unless they got it as a package deal 1 and 2. Then that's understandable.
That's what I was thinking. More like
I don't think
licenses.
Right. That makes sense. That I'll believe all day. But you're not going to tell me that they came out with, they got Joker 2 license, but they're making Joker 1 figures. That doesn't make sense. That's legally impossible, to tell you the truth. Okay, because they will never be allowed to do that if they don't buy the license for that specific movie. So they either got it as a package deal, or somebody's not saying something right here, because that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, the Murray show backdrop. Now that I think about it, that doesn't jive with that. This would be branded the second movie.
Correct. Thank
you. But
it
could be the second license. That I might have something wrong there. You're right. You're right about that.
That doesn't make sense, because again.
But I did hear something about that. So there's something there. I'm just not sure on the details. Like I said, I didn't do a deep dive into this. I just happened to hear when John came on, he was talking about it, and I was curious to hear what he had to say, because he goes, everybody was up in arms about that. He goes, not just U.S. collectors. He goes, Asian collectors. Everybody was like, "What's up, guys? You lied." And he's like, "No, we didn't." He's like, "This is what happened, and it makes us look bad." He goes, "We were just as surprised to find out Hot Toys was even doing one." He goes, "We didn't know until they debuted it to everybody. He goes, we didn't even have any inside knowledge that Hot Toys was going to do one. And the reason I think it has something to do with the Emmys is because nobody did a Joker. Like, nobody did a Joker.
Right.
They didn't have Hasbro Jokers. They didn't have anything.
Right.
InArt was the only one. So that's my own spin on that aspect of it. That's just a guess.
Jay, I was going to ask you. Well, I was going to say, first of all, thank you for the information. But it sounds like you've been hanging out with Lucha a lot.
Well, you know, us Mexican brothers got to stick together.
The quesadilla boys.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, no, I didn't hear anything about that. But again, whatever the situation is, I don't even, to be honest with you, if that were the case, right? If let's say InArt was telling the truth. Let's say InArt had to charge people $1,000. Let's just say that's the truth. If they were a reasonable company, if they were a company that knew the community that they're in, the hobby that they're in, they would have never even brought that up. Okay? They would have never brought that up. They would have just said, this is our figure. This is our price. This is our 4-pack or whatever the hell it was. And that's it. You don't need to say, oh, we were told that we need to charge you $1,000. So we're making you 4 at $2,000.
Well, maybe they were afraid they were going to put people off immediately like J&D did. Because J&D didn't tell you why. They were just like, here, $5,000 and we're going to give you peanuts.
Right.
And you're like, what? Again, an assumption. I don't know.
Right. And look, because it's branded Joker, and I looked on the Hot Toys Facebook page and the announcement. There's nothing there that identifies this as part of like the second movie. So the only thing I could imagine, if what John is saying makes sense, is they got the 2 licenses in a deal, right? They got both Joker and Joker the sequel. Right?
Yeah.
And that's why they were able to get it for a more affordable price. But again, right, I hate to say it, you know, they were caught off guard, but it just shows, whether it was the fact that Hot Toys has Sideshow backing, it just shows that Hot Toys was able to negotiate a better contract, right? Or they waited until they got a better deal.
Well, that's what I wondered initially too, when we were speculating why they would come in with that price point when they first announced it. I was thinking to myself, you know, they're a small company. They don't have the ball swinging power that Hot Toys has. So they're probably like, if you're going to put something out and we got a hot movie here that's going up for awards, you can't be putting out some piece of crap like Star Ace or something. You know what I mean? We're going to need to see what you can do. And they said they put out the multiple figures to make it, to kind of like soothe the discomfort of hearing the $1,000 price tag. So who knows? Is there some deception? Sure, it's sales. There's always a little deception in sales. But I don't think they came out of the box trying to lie about it, because look what happens. If they get caught, they're done. Like,
oh yeah,
that's it.
They lied day one of their 3-day pre-order window. So that was that for me.
Yeah.
No, listen, that still left. You're not wrong. That left a bad taste in everybody's mouth.
Well,
that's
what made me read how they were going to be as a company. That move alone told me everything I needed to know. And that's what I mean. I was the first one and the only one to say anything about that company after they made that move. And here we are. The only one. Everybody else was defending them. Everybody else was, oh, it's okay. It's okay. They're great. They're the best. And here we are. So,
well, they're still arguing like the influencer batch. Everybody was hammering them in the comments of that, going, you know, get rid of that. It's stupid. You can't pre-order the product by the time somebody's already got it. It's already out of print. So what's the point of it all? And they're like, no, we're going to continue to do it. And some more popular people that we know got nixed from that list. And then you see some of the people that got laminates at that InArt party, and it's kind of makes you wonder like what their metric is. You know what I mean? Like, who do they decide who gets what?
Question. Is that picture, that big picture, or all these people? Was that in at the InArt location?
Yeah.
Wait, what picture?
That was their little hotel party or whatever.
Question. Right. So people who got in there had a badge given to them by InArt, is what you're saying?
I'm assuming, because everybody had laminates.
Oh, see, I don't know. I saw the picture, but I didn't know what it was about.
Yeah, there was a wide variety of people there, but I recognized quite a few. And then the people that aren't getting some of these pre-orders or these influencer batches sent to them anymore, and some of the people that were noticeably missing, which isn't necessarily a telltale sign. They couldn't make it to the place, but it was just interesting to see that, and it made me kind of ponder as to what they're using to gauge who gets what. You know what I mean?
Well, it kind of makes sense if you see who streams with them constantly. You know what I mean?
Some of the obvious ones, yeah, and then other people, you're like, that's interesting. Okay, but there's affiliations all over. You know, this whole community is like a web. It's everybody knows everybody.
But another thing, one thing I think, not that I give a shit anyway, but I think that what they're doing specifically with those batches is a bad idea because it's giving the actual customers a bad taste. It's putting a bad taste in their mouth, knowing that all these people, the YouTubers are getting their batches, and these people who actually, paid for them and are actual, an actual customer, they don't really care about them. You know what I mean? They care mostly about the YouTuber giving them the product hype than the actual customer who purchased the item. So I think they should really stop that because, again, it's only to keep your customers happy. Like I said, I don't give a shit. I don't care. I'm not looking to buy anything anyway, so it's not affecting me. But if you want to keep the three peasants that you have as customers, at least, treat them properly. Don't make them feel like they're not worth it. Don't make them feel like they're not valued, because they're just not going to care about you, and
especially if there's a disparity of like 6 months between first batch and third batch or whatever the hell. You know what I mean? I don't like batch systems at all. I don't give a shit about quality control. Your quality control should be spot on from number 1 to number 1,000. You don't need to do batches, send them out, see who complains, then make a micro adjustment. I mean, there's reasons companies do it. I don't know it all. There are reasons companies do it, but I don't like the sound of it, the taste of it. I get one shot at the stuff I put out at my shop. If it's shitty, it comes back and it costs somebody money. I don't get to go, hey, what do you think? And then the next one I make, will be better for somebody else. It's like, well, what about me? That was kind of my complaint about Jazz Inc. It's like everybody's like, I don't want the first batch because that's where they test all their mistakes.
Right.
You want like second or third batch. It's like, well, what the hell? What are we accepting as collectors if that's going to be our mentality? That's kind of effed up.
Even when I got the 22, right, the 22 Batmobile, I heard a lot of people say, don't pay it off early. See if you can put off some payments because you want to be the last batch. Because that's where he's ironed out every kink and every issue that he's had, every paint issue, everything is fixed at that point, and you're going to get the best version of the product. And I'm like, all right, it's kind of bizarre, right? That the last product is the best, he's gotten that complaint because I've seen him on streams. A lot of people have been saying, how come I was the early supporter, right? I ordered day one, I paid it, I got the first one, and yet the people that supported you later on are the ones that are getting the better product. It doesn't make sense.
Kind of like that queue. It's kind of like that queue system. I get in, 45 minutes early, and then they randomize you, and you end up 2,000 or something. It's like, well, what kind of bullshit is that? How about fix your tech so that you don't have to randomize us so the site doesn't crash? How about that?
And one thing about that is, we're not getting uniform product, and that is very bad.
Would you say not beautiful product?
Uniform.
Oh, correct. Yes.
It's insane. That alone, that shows you what type of company you are. That alone, that they're all getting different product. That says everything about the company. Let me see. Brad says Fab isn't wrong. Pedro says Jazz will replace any defected item. Yes. That's not the problem. The problem is why is there so much defective item coming out of that warehouse? That's the problem. The problem isn't what he does after the fact. The problem is why is it happening to begin with?
But right? it's not even defective items, right? Because I saw with the 66, because I watched a lot of reviews, there were people that were complaining. There was no issue with their product, right? In terms of the paint was fine, the electronics worked. It was more that the third batch had a better paint job than the first batch.
Right.
So it's not like you were going to complain saying, yo, my first batch paint job is a little substandard, because when you got it, it looked pretty good. So it's like, it's not that there was a defect. The people that were complaining were saying,
Bob said Jazz does not cover lighting stores.
He'll buy you lunch.
He said They'll wish you that. See, I was gonna say they'll wish you a happy weekend. Have a great weekend.
That's what it was. A weekend. He'll buy you lunch on the weekend or
Oh
something.
my God. I said, who hurt you, Fabs? Hot toys and inner Jazz Inc. peasant. And guys, we got some drama from Hot Toys. It looks like.
Hold on. I'm going to jet back off. Let you guys finish this.
All right. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate
All
it.
right.
Jay.
Ladies and gentlemen, peace.
So it looks like they are sharing some bootleg website that apparently is pretending to be them, right? So explain, William, since you're involved with the drama.
You're making it seem like he's the guy.
It's just Hot Toys. Got I guess too many complaints about people going to websites or being messaged from sites that look like Hot Toys, and it's some scammers can put in a lot of work and a lot of effort to make their pages and groups look more legit than others. And so Hot Toys decided that they needed to publish this little memo with some even direct links to two of the bigger pages that have been deceiving people, so you can either block them or just be aware of what they look like and what they're doing. But
did you check out the website, or is it blocked?
I haven't gone.
Oh, what about you, Rudy? Did you check out the website or no?
No.
I thought you were telling me backstage that you were trying to see if they had cheaper figures for you to try, see if they were Toys Wonderland or Toys Apollo. No,
No, get out of here with that.
Get out of here with that.
Although, did you see the interview that Toys Wonderland did with some I don't know who it was, but what did they say? They said that they won't ship your figure if you order a third batch from them.
Oh yes, talk
until
about
it
that.
hits
Talk
that.
about that.
So they had some interview where they were talking about the process that they go through. And the comment at the end where I think the interviewer said, "Why are you not shipping figures if you have them in stock?" And they said, "Look, some people have paid to get second or third batch, which is a certain price point. So we wait until the market price point reaches that third batch level, and then we ship the product. But you can always pay us more to get it earlier." And they said everybody in the collecting game knows that that's the way you do things. And I was like, what? That seems... The fact that they're saying that, and then I think they came out and said that they're not doing that, right? That was like taken out of context. So I thought that was just funny. It's more of the Toys Wonderland drama.
Who did I see? Is there a channel?
The best part about the Toys Wonderland thing, saying that they were being interviewed or whatever by like state media, and they're gonna post the video, but don't worry, there's gonna be English subtitles. And it's like, oh yeah, I'll trust those English subtitles. I can guarantee. It's like back in the day, one of my military deployments, I worked in this place called Area 4 with Iraqi special forces, training them of how to do their job. And I had level Cat 2 and Cat 3 interpreters that worked with me. And I would be talking for like 30, 45, 60 seconds. And then the interpreter would just be like, la, 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 la. And it's like, did you just interpret what I said? Played everything that I said. And he's like, oh, well, I gave him the gist. I'm like, this isn't a gist type of thing, man. This is we were very specific.
Did you just say Iraq?
Yes.
I thought they were the enemy and you're training them? Unbelievable.
Obviously, you don't know anything about the world.
I don't know anything about the world.
After we break them, then we build them.
After we break them. That sounds like a movie line, Savage. Guys, also, we're going to get into some incredible news, some very exciting news, some very world-altering news. It looks like Iron Man, it's going to be Dr. Doom now. my first question, and I'm going to go with you, Rudy, since you're very big with the Marvel and you're very big with the news. How do you think they're gonna, like? Obviously, we don't know anything. We don't know anything about what's gonna happen. We know that they replace Doomsday with the Kang Dynasty. I mean, the other way around. They replace the Kang Dynasty with Doomsday. Everybody knows the story. Now, where do you think they're going with this? Like, where do you? Obviously, knowing that Tony Stark is gone and he's not going to be Tony Stark in the movie, how do you think they're going to play it? Do you think it's going to be multiverse stuff, or do you think they're going to figure out a way to make that work?
I think there are a couple ways they could do it, right? It's multiverse. In the comics too, there's a story where Doctor Doom takes over Tony Stark's body. So it could be a Tony Stark variant. It could be Doctor Doom. It could
Wait,
be
so
that.
this was in the comic that Tony became that? No.
Well, Doctor Doom
different ones.
takes over Tony's body basically at some point.
They did
Then
a
you have
brain like a mind swap thing.
Exactly. So they could do something like that. It could be what was it? The evil Iron Man, Superior Iron Man?
Yeah, Superior Iron Man was another one where he was evil.
But Superior Iron Man was that one that they were like teasing with, like Tom Cruise looking thing.
Yeah.
For a while, right? They were gonna do like an evil version. You know what, Brad? I was on your side and now you just lost me.
See?
I was all on your side and now you just lost me with that. Goodbye, Brad.
See, just for that, this is what Rudy's giving you. Peasant.
I'm the Marvel fandom is crazy, right? I think justifiably so. They've been doing some of their movies haven't hit recently. So I think they're going back to what worked, right? They're going back to two directors that have done 4 of the best Marvel movies that we've gotten, right, in the entire MCU. And I think part of it, they're saying they're coming back because they cracked the story. So I think those guys have earned enough trust with what they've done for Marvel that I'm willing to see what they're doing, and it gives me hope. Now, if they think they can pull off a story where they bring in a variant Tony Stark in the multiverse, or a variant version that's Doctor Doom, is it the Doctor Doom we're used to from the comics? I don't know. Right, the thing hasn't even started shooting. We have no idea what this is going to be.
Right,
but the people that are behind the scenes doing this, right, the writers that they brought in behind Infinity War and Endgame. I mean, the fact that they were able to do an Infinity War Endgame movie that were as good as they were for a story that's pretty intense in the comics, right, that they were able to make a cinematic movie that was as good. I'm going to give them some rope, and I'm going to hope that they're going to deliver, because I think they've got a pedigree.
Hadn't they said that that Infinity War and Endgame were supposed to be one movie, and because it was going to be so long that they had to split it into 2? Wasn't that like the original plan?
Well, no. I think originally it was going to be Infinity War, and then it was going to be Infinity War 2.
Oh, is that what it was?
And then they changed the name of the second one because
that's right.
It's a natural sequel progression, but they're essentially 2 standalone movies.
Gotcha. I remember something like that they were either going to split them into 2, or they did something about the name change. And we were actually, I remember when we were trying to figure out what the name was going to be, I believe.
Right, because that was a big reveal. The trailer dropped, and everybody was waiting for what the name was going to be.
Right.
So look, I'm at first I was taken aback. Right, it's Robert Downey Jr. So who doesn't like him in the Marvel universe as Iron Man?
Right.
Having him as Doctor Doom, interesting choice. I think a lot of people, I would have preferred. I would have thought they would have gone with a different actor. Right. There's so many people that could have played the role. But if they think this is how they can crack the story, I'll wait and see, and we'll judge when we start getting some previews, some information. But I'm hopeful. I think they've got 2 good directors now that know how to handle movies of this magnitude.
Which is the Russo brothers, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
William, so go ahead. Tell us everything you know about this this movie and the comic book regarding, how this happens, the different times it happens.
Well, they showed their some of their contract details today. Hollywood Reporter and whatnot did, where the 2 brothers were paid $80 million to do these 2 movies. And Downey's getting $50 million for each movie.
Oh my God.
But just like his Endgame contract, where he gets a percentage of back end, and because he got like, I think his paycheck for Endgame was like 90 million or something after all his percentages.
Yep.
And it is what it is. And I think people need to stop looking at this as Tony Stark being Doctor Doom, because when they introduced him, they said we only have one person who could be Victor Von Doom, and they didn't say Tony Stark
right
as a Doom variant. And if they do Doom right, he'll have the mask on damn near the whole time.
Right.
And
he's scarred up too, right? So when he removes the mask, so
different iterations have had different. Originally he had one scar, and he was so vain he wore the mask because he was imperfect. And then there was another years later when they retconned the story, his origin thing, like he heated up the mask and put it on his face when it was still molten hot to sear the rest of his face to match, and all this other nonsense. Like,
my one thing with the fact that they're bringing Dr. Doom in already, forgetting it's Robert Downey Jr., but the fact that they're bringing him in, right? So I'm willing to bet that it's either going to be a post-credit sequence in Fantastic Four that he's going to show up in for the first time, right? Because they're so linked together, right? Dr. Doom and Fantastic Four.
Correct.
So I'm willing to bet that they're going to do that. Then they're going to jump into Avengers Doomsday. I think there's got to be a movie in between. There's got to be something in between those, or maybe not. But just like in between Infinity War and Endgame, I think there's something they're not announcing.
Well, Secret War, if they do a combination of the original Secret War comic and then the newer Secret War, where it was Battle World and it was
Battle World, yeah.
Doom, and once it destroyed all these realities, and then afterwards a bunch were on, Earth Prime now that weren't there before, type of thing. That's the exact way that they need to, get these different Earths together.
Right.
And then it just be the one, because, it's not like, it's just like it's. They got into all the multiverse stuff back in the day in comics because the problem they ran into is they kept buying. DC would buy other companies, Marvel would buy other companies, and they would be like, "Oh, we bought Timely Comics, we bought this, we bought Fawcett Comics," and that's why Captain Marvel / Shazam had never been in a Superman comic, and then after they bought it, he wasn't in a Superman comic because they had never interacted. They had never done anything. And then when they did the Crisis on Infinite Earths in the 80s, they had a way to, mash them up together and now have all these heroes from different Earths come together. And then you have that one line on the other side. Now they're all together. But, it's the same thing with these movies where you can see them have Pedro be both. That would be funny. I would love that, actually.
That'd be kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie, Jay.
But if you want to see Robert Downey Jr.'s acting spectrum, go watch Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder is a great example of what he could do.
He's a dude pretending to be a dude playing another dude.
Another dude.
People see the whole lackadaisical Tony Stark, how he embodied that character and fit it, and that's what they have in their mind.
Right.
But look at Chris Evans. He was Johnny Storm in the Fantastic Four movie.
Yep.
And I'm not talking about anything.
I'm
talking
saying.
about one actor who's played two different roles.
That's right.
And it's like, you have him as Johnny Storm, and then you have him as Captain America.
Right.
Same thing on the Flash show, where on the one planet they would always have doppelgangers on other planets, but the doppelgangers weren't always the same person. It would be the same face, but it would be a completely different person. So, it's people get too wrapped up in Robert Downey Jr.'s my Iron Man. No one gave a shit about Iron Man until that first movie came out.
That's right.
It's like that
Well,
was
now,
like,
well, they created a monster, and now they have fans. You know what I mean?
well, right, but and then you have the same fans that are getting to be almost as toxic as Star Wars fans,
Oh
where
yeah, everything gets downvoted because like, oh, it's not what I
it's
would have.
it's everyone hates on everything, and then they try to gatekeep their own community, and it's like you need these communities to grow, otherwise they won't continue.
Right.
And MCU, before Iron Man, me buying and reading comics my entire life, that wasn't the cool thing, that wasn't the end thing.
Right.
Right.
It's like if I was reading a comic like in middle school or high school, you'd have the people who would talk shit and snicker and everything, all the other crap that kids do, because I had what I liked, I had my hobbies and the things that I enjoyed about comic books and whatnot. And I didn't have movies, because every time they would try to do a movie, it wouldn't work out. Like, Dolph Lundgren Punisher, you have,
I used to love that movie. I used to love that.
I was gonna say I loved it.
It's a guilty pleasure movie, but it was not successul.
No,
right.
no,
Oh, I remember as a kid. I remember. Let me tell you something. It's funny you even bring that up. It was in the 80s. Okay. I had Betamax, and I was watching The Punisher on Betamax. Okay, that was before VHS, and I remember that like it was yesterday because I used to watch that movie over, and I thought it was the greatest movie as a kid.
So did I. Yeah, so did I.
As a kid. So go ahead, William. Keep going.
I'm just saying, it's everyone right now is still just has their mind wrapped around, no, that's Tony Stark. And it's like, what if you never see his face the entire time, and he does a different, like he does voices, he does accents, he does all these different things. And it's just, everyone is so wrapped up in their minds right now of seeing Robert Downey Jr. as only Iron Man. And it's like,
right.
Well, he said his only way of returning was if the Russos were there. And that was his one stipulation for returning to the MCU. And,
and you got to remember, Kevin Feige was asked numerous times, like, who's going to direct? Are the Russo brothers coming back? Because everybody has a fond memory of what the movies that they did. And he kept saying, no, we're going to go with a new director. So
it's because they hired several directors who are now attached to other projects, but
right.
But it's, it's going to be, when's Doomsday? 2026?
2026. So we've got 2 years left, a year and a half.
And so it's,
wow.
Obviously they need to start filming, sometime soon. And obviously they wouldn't be announcing the directors unless they had at least the general story
right
of the direction that they're going. But it's, you're going to have the same people crying about it now until May 2026, and then people are going to be like, oh my God, Dr. Doom was amazing. That was the I've waited for my whole life.
And then just wait for us collectors. It's going to be
God. He's Iron Man and Doom.
Yep.
Wait, William, are you being disrespectful to the community on my stream right now?
and watch we're all going to be talking about this in 2 years time about our Dr. Doom figure from Hot Toys.
Absolutely.
We're all going to be like,
we're going to get you heard it here first. We're going to get collector's edition, deluxe, exclusive, and
with
a
throne, because right, the Doom always comes with a throne
and a die cast. You heard it here first. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm telling you. Listen, as I was watching these announcements, because right, we're not going to get into spoilers with Wolverine and Logan, but I as I was watching this, the collector of me kept looking at things and being like, my wallet, Jesus Christ, this is going to hurt.
Oh man,
this is going to hurt. And then
don't think about it yet. You're going to give yourself anxiety. That's
then look, the trailer for Captain America: Brave New World looks really good, and Disney invested a ton of money in Marvel in reshooting that because it tested poorly. So I think they realized they had to make that a good movie, and I think it looks good. If it could be similar to Winter Soldier,
if they don't woke it to death, absolutely.
Right. No, it's true, but and look, maybe they just made a good solid action movie, which is what we want. If they can deliver on that,
Hopefully.
then you go Thunderbolts.
It's funny, all the wokeism that y'all get so upset about. It's the same thing that's been in comics since forever.
If you've ever read an X-Men comic book, right?
Well,
it's like
when they showed that North Star from Alpha Flight was gay, there was like a whole percentage of comic readers that were acting like, you would just, shit on Jesus. It was like sacrilegious. Oh my God, you can't have a gay character in a comic book. Oh my God. And
well, don't say gay because it's offensive. Just say homosexual. It's normal.
they labeled that with Vlad, the Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation. I will not let you defame them, Fabs. But
no, but you're right, William. I think. Look, I mean, if they give us a good action movie, who cares, right? I mean, like it's gonna have. Listen, you're gonna get into racial undertones with Captain America, right? I mean,
there should be massive racial undertones,
right?
But also
even
with
go ahead.
They so Giancarlo, did you hear what they said in the panel about who he's playing?
He's Sidewinder, so he's the head of the Serpent Society,
the leader of the Serpent Society. So everyone who kept saying that he was GW Bridge and everything, or
you're right. That's what I thought he was.
Yeah, it's like, well, nope, not him. Wrong guy.
Right.
So that was interesting.
But look, I think there are going to be a ton of figures from that movie. I have hope. Like, I really have hope that that's going to be a good, solid movie. Thunderbolts, the only thing disappointing for me about that one is it's not the Thunderbolt Ross team, apparently. It's not the team that he put together. There's an asterisk on the title for a reason.
All right, but the original Thunderbolt team was not put together by Ross.
Right. So there's I think there's multiple iterations of that team, right?
The original Thunderbolts comic, the thing that made it amazing was at the end of the first episode, you found out, or first issue. All the heroes were actually villains in disguise, and it was a big scam. And it was like every single one of them was a well-known villain who was wearing a fake superhero costume, being a new hero. And then it was like, oh, snap. This is the Masters of Evil parading as a superhero team and, pulling the wool over everyone's eyes. That's what made it, such an amazing comic storyline. And, that's what personally I think the asterisk has to do with.
You think that's what it is?
It's going to be a twist like that. Like, my prediction is Bucky's going to die.
No, you're not. No, he even said it, right? Sebastian Stan at the thing said, how many times can he dodge 9 lives like a cat?
I have 9 lives. I wonder how many I have left. It's.
Oh, no, you just ruined my life.
Okay.
No, but look, Fab, how many figures are you going to get from that, though? You're going to get a new Yelena
From which one?
From Thunderbolts. You're going to get a new Yelena. You're going to get the first Red Guardian, a Ghost.
All of them. You're going to get a reissue of the ninja from Black Widow. What's his name?
Taskmaster,
right?
You're going to get Yelena. You're going to get
U.S. Agent. We should finally get one.
Absolutely. You're going to get him. You're going to get that girl from Ant-Man 2, Ghost.
Yeah.
You're going to get them all. And from what do you call it? From Captain America, I can guarantee you we're going to get at least 4 figures. At least 4.
Yeah, okay? I think it's 2 versions of Cap. I think Red Hulk, and I think we're getting the new Falcon.
The new Falcon and the bad guy too. George Washington Bridge. And I think,
George Washington Bridge.
Whatever his name is.
Sidewinder.
So my Sidewinder.
We just had this conversation, Fabs.
What?
Good God, man.
I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
We just talked about this.
Talked about what?
About his name.
Not GW Bridge like everyone thought. He announced that he's Sidewinder, the leader of the Serpent Society.
Oh, no. Correct. Yeah, no, but I'm saying that's what I read on the what do you call it? On the cast, what was it? On the, oh my God, what's that called?
The IMDb bizzle.
IMDb, yes,
Right.
IMDb, yes. So that's what I read. So that's why I said it. I heard what you just said, but I just said George Washington Bridge because that's what it was
Oh,
originally supposed to be.
But look, as collectors, right? Like again, right? The collector, I'm excited for the movies, but the collector in me is like, and you know, I'm already planning. Like, we're gonna get 3 movies next year. We're getting Captain America, Thunderbolts, and Fantastic Four, and you know they're gonna make all 4 Fantastic Four figures.
Absolutely.
So
They
I'm
have-
already thinking that's gonna be a ton of pre-orders. Then we're gonna go into Avengers Doomsday. So prepare yourself. They said Fantastic Four in that one, so I guarantee you new suits. We're gonna get a Robert Downey Jr. Doom, right? So just imagine
Let me tell you
the number of collectibles and Hot Toys, not to be left behind. I laughed at this one because I was like, oh, they're prepping me. They posted links to each of the panels, and they said new announcements incoming. And they're saying they're gonna make figures from all of them. I'm like, great, Hot
Oh
Toys.
no, absolutely.
for
No,
that.
Marvel is just getting started. Remember, look what they did with Endgame. Look what they did with Infinity War.
Look at what they did with Spider-Man No Way Home. That was a ton of figures.
That was like 8 figures. So actually more than that. It was like 10 figures.
Yeah.
And then obviously last but not least, William, let's start with you.
I already talked about it.
Secret Wars?
Yeah.
Oh, let's start with Rudy. Rudy, what do you expect? What do you expect from this? Anything crazy? Again, we've heard that they're gonna bring a bunch of people back in this movie.
Dude,
Like-
this is gonna be. I think this is gonna be insane because,
Yeah.
like William said, right? If you read both versions, right, especially the newer version of Secret Wars with Battle World, you got like 3 versions. You've got Thor World, right, with all the Thors. You had the Ghost Rider one with Robbie Reyes and everybody. So I have no idea what to expect from this. And I got to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if they end up breaking Secret Wars into 2 movies.
That's a possibility because it's going to be a big movie. It's got to be like an Infinity War Endgame movie. Those big long movies.
Right.
And
they're going to
because
be like 3-hour movies to start with, but I just don't know what they're going to do or how they're going to adapt it. I don't expect a direct adaptation of the comic, right? It's going to be the MCU version of it, but it's going to be something pretty substantial. And I think we're going to see a lot of people come back, especially with the multiverse and all the worlds colliding. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Scarlett Johansson back, Captain America, Steve Rogers come back, Chris Evans at some point.
They're all coming back. Everybody.
For this one, everybody's going to be back.
I think Black Widow too.
Oh yeah. Didn't I just say Scarlett Johansson?
Oh no, I didn't hear you. I was too busy. I was too busy trying to say hello to Nathan. How are you, my friend? Welcome. What clip to play for him, and I'm talking at the same time. I apologize.
No, but I'm expecting that this one's going to be insanity, man. There's just so many people that are going to come back, and honestly, with the success of Deadpool and Wolverine, you think they're not going to throw Hugh Jackman in here again and Ryan Reynolds? Those guys are going to be in this. 100%.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that's going to be the way to actually have, things going forward without the weird "what Earth are we on" type of shenanigans.
This is how they're going to bring the X-Men into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and we're going to see the mutant saga after this. I think that's where they're heading.
Like, not really a spoiler because it was in one of the previews for Deadpool, but when he's laying on the floor of like the desert-looking area, there is a Secret Wars comic laying next to him and covered in dirt and crap. That's from the Battle World version of Secret Wars.
I didn't even pick
and
that
so
up.
that was just one of those things that people screen grabbed from the trailer, 6 months ago during the Super Bowl. Like, oh my God, this is how they're going to bring him. And like, obviously that's, a direction that they could go, especially with the whole, Battle World merging and Doctor Doom being an essential part of the original Secret Wars and the new Secret Wars, because originally it was him, Power Cosmic, taking the Beyonders' powers, and then the second time was God King Doom,
right,
where he literally ripped Thanos' skull and spine out of his body. Because he was tired of talking, and it was like,
I love that comic.
God King Doom is all white.
Yep.
By the way,
He's not green. He's a white and
That'll be a
Reed-
variant, by the way. You heard it here first. Go ahead.
wait, and isn't Reed his like right hand man, or is that Doctor Strange? I forget who it.
It's been a minute since I read it. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Then
No,
we'll get-
Yeah, don't spoil it for anybody. Eric,
Brad-
have a good night, my
Brad
friend.
will come at me like Harold comes at me when I make a mistake.
Sean says Hawkeye should be leading the Thunderbolts, but Jeremy Renner's not casted. Oh, that's true. Maybe
again, right,
what's her name?
There have been just so many different versions of the Thunderbolts too, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know, Baron Zemo at some point led the team.
The
My
original.
personal favorite, which was a variation, had Red Hulk, Punisher, Elektra, Venom was in the team. Robbie Reyes, Ghost Rider was in there too. So I like that team, or not Robbie Reyes, but one of the Ghost Riders was in there. But that was pretty cool. But you know, there've been just a bunch of different versions of it.
Albert says this is how we get Iron Spider-Man 2.0.
There you go.
There you go. You heard it here first. I called it, peasant. Nathan says, hopefully we get a 6-scale Galactus.
Can you imagine? That's a human-sized figure right there.
6-scale Galactus would be the 1/1 Wolverine statue.
That's exactly what it would be.
Well, remember, in canon, Galactus can make his body smaller and bigger. So,
oh, that's right. I saw that.
Did you guys see the leaked footage? Obviously we can't play it because it's leaked, but the reel that they did for Fantastic Four.
yeah, it was all previs and test shot stuff that they did because they haven't actually started filming.
Right. But it looked, if that's the tone they're going for, that was a pretty good, interesting.
Did you
tone.
see them fly the Fantastic car around the?
Yeah.
I was
Zink is gonna make that. And I'm gonna be such an idiot that I'm gonna buy it.
Do not give Nefty any ideas, please. We got King Black Bull in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. First time here.
Hello!
How would they even make a Galactus hot toy? Easy. They just said if he shrinks, we're gonna get it. It's gonna look like a Kang, right? It's gonna be one of those type looking figures.
I've never seen it that small, but they could, make them like.
They have to, look at what they've done with Venom. Okay, look at what they've done with Carnage.
You make maybe a little bigger than the unstoppable Juggernaut from Toys era.
Right.
It towers over your existing figures, and
look at the Venom. Look at the Venom from the Spider-Man 2 video game.
Oh, right, that thing's massive.
Right.
You know what else they could do? You know how they gave us Sandman from No Way Home?
Oh, the base.
You could get like a series of dioramas, which would be how Hot Toys gets us to buy all 4 pieces, where it's like you get a hand, 2 figures, like something that they
like a Marvel Legend.
No, just a display diorama piece that you could put your figure on. I missed a joke clearly.
Well, no, but some of the toys, I don't know what brand it is, but you'll buy, one toy and it'll have like an arm, and then if you buy all 5 or whatever, you get
right. But instead of a Build-A-Figure, it would be just like the massive dioramas that we got with those Spider-Man figures. So it would be like a Sue Storm with like a hand sticking out, right? And then you could probably put it together just to get pieces of Galactus and something at that scale.
Gotcha.
That'd be cool.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah. A deluxe Hulkbuster size. Exactly. Hulkbuster size. There you go. Absolutely. Thule, apparently she's in one of the variant. Thule is just going to be plastic backdrop. Probably. Yeah, probably. Absolutely. It'll be some cheap ass thing.
Joker was trying to trigger people with his Silver Surfer comment.
He was trying to what?
Trigger people.
Trigger?
You don't remember that they cast the female to be Shala Bal instead?
Oh, that's right. That's right. What? They changed that?
No,
that's from the comics.
Oh, they're still going. Oh, that's right. They said it was his wife or something.
But anytime, and it's just people are butthurt because they want a male Silver Surfer because that's the classic in their brain thing that they see. And it's just.
But how do they get around it? They said that that's supposed to be what, his wife, or just
another version?
It's his wife, and she was Silver Surfer in one series.
Gotcha.
It was an alternate reality one, which all of these movies are alternate realities, and this one specifically is an alternate reality of the 60s with futuristic tech and all this other crap. So it's,
Look, I wouldn't be surprised if at some point we get forget Secret Wars. At some point, there's so many stories you can get. What was it? William, what was that comic where Captain America is actually a Hydra agent because Red Skull changes something with the
Secret Empire.
Secret Empire? But I wouldn't be surprised if at some point, whether it's in Secret Wars, you get a little cameo of a Hydra Cap or something like that. Because
that was why the whole tongue-in-cheek moment of him in the elevator on Endgame, where he leaned into
Hail Hydra,
to what's his name, and said Hail Hydra, and they were like, oh yeah,
yeah.
And it was just a nod to the comic as well as a way of de-escalating a situation, and then not having it. Everyone was expecting elevator fight 2.0.
Right. That was a great scene. That was a great moment.
Oh yeah, it was amazing. Because you can't recreate the elevator fight where it'd be like, okay, he's fighting the same people again in a different movie. And so they gave you a little curveball, a little comedy moment, and they're just like, oh man, Cap's a Hydra agent. But yeah, that whole Secret Empire thing, Red Skull using the cosmic cube to switch Cap's existence with an evil one from a blah blah blah, and it's like okay, like CNN ran with that story where they're like, Cap's actually a Nazi, Marvel's lost their mind, and it was like
read the story, people, read the story.
It's a freaking story, and
CNN.
no one had done a story like that before, and so you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, because if you rehash the same shit that's been done, it's like that whole joke on South Park where they're like, Simpsons did it, like every new idea they had, they're like, oh nope, can't do that, Simpsons did it,
right?
Like, that show's been out for 40 years, they've done everything. And it's like, it's look at Batman, that they passed the 80th anniversary now for Batman,
right?
If you can come up with a completely original idea that doesn't touch on anything that's been done in 80 years, good on you.
Right.
But it's like writing an essay now where you put them into those stupid word search things on the internet where the colleges have it scan it, and it'll be like, this is only a 60% match to existing papers, so the plagiarism is less likely to be a thing. And they're like, okay, cool. And it's because no matter what, we're not getting original thoughts on history events that are thousands of years old.
Right.
It's like no one's gonna have a fresh take on something that people have written about for literally hundreds of years.
Right. It's like how many stories can you tell, right? Like,
yeah, and that's why it's like I get it when it's just like the Batman the Cape Crusader cartoon that's going to be on Amazon,
right?
They gender swapped the Penguin to be a female, and
I like that.
And all the people are butthurt about that. And I guess they made Harley a different race, but
don't be racist. But go ahead.
I'm not. It's just, those were the two gripes that the people were saying, where it was like, oh my god, they did this, and it's like, well, if you don't. It's my backbone. What are you talking about, Tully? Tully?
Make it gay and put a chicken.
Joker, hey, stop talking about your search history.
Listen. So now, guys, I wanna ask you guys a question. Whoever's in the chat, if you haven't seen Deadpool and Wolverine, please type it in the chat real quickly. Because I want to gauge how many people have seen it already. I wanted to get into spoilers, but I was told not to by these peasants because apparently you guys aren't ready yet to experience real spoilers because the movie's only been out 4 days, and you peasants haven't been, to the movies to see it yet. So I just want to get a gauge on who has seen it already, who hasn't seen it. And in the meantime, William, are you expecting any figures? Have you ordered anything? What's coming soon?
I don't think anything's actually physically on their way.
What happened to all the stuff you were selling? Gone? Everything?
No, it's still. I still have all those loose figures.
Well, promote it. What are you selling?
Well, there's a Super Duck Mantis.
So
There is.
disrespectful. So disrespectful, okay?
I offered it back to you, and you're like, I don't want to buy that back.
That's not what I said at all. I said I would never take that back when I gave it to you from the bottom of my heart, and you're like, "Here, peasant, take it back." Unbelievable.
Anywho, there's that. There's an Empire Toys Teenage Groot, selling for cheap for anyone that needs a Groot just as a background piece.
Yes.
I still have that Thunder Toys Black Spider-Man. Yeah.
He said
So-
no spoilers yet, peasant Jim.
I got my Mando Obi-Wan in the other day. But
You bought what the other day?
the Mandalorian Obi-Wan,
Oh, okay. Wait, but you had a custom of that, didn't you?
I have that as well.
Oh, you wanted a second? What made you like all of a sudden want to get it?
I ordered it when it came out on
Oh,
Sideshow.
okay. I thought you meant like you were just getting it out of nowhere. I didn't know you pre-ordered it.
No, it's,
When
I
you-
did. I'm gonna compare them side by side, and
What, you're custom in that one?
yeah.
Oh,
and,
nice.
and then probably the custom will probably go bye-bye. But
So,
it's,
Luch, get ready, Luch. You're getting a custom your way.
well, it's you can get a figure that's sold out and people are selling for a crazy amount, and yeah. So the Obi-Wan has an interesting head.
Meaning what?
Because
the style
like
of head, right?
what's that?
The style of head.
Yeah, it's like a hollow on the inside, and it has like a clear little peg thing that goes
That's
in.
like Padme. Padme has the
I
same
haven't
exact
seen that.
thing. Yep.
Wait,
Same
Wait, so
exact-
what is it? It's like a socket, so it's not a peg. It's like just
Yeah, it's like
something that-
hollow.
It's like a
stuff in
weird.
there.
It's like a weird modification with a clear, like
It's so you
female.
can do the moving eyes on
Correct.
the
Oh.
inside, because like the episode 2 Anakin, he has a magnet hair that comes off the back. He doesn't have a
Right.
hollow head, and I don't know if it's because they did this one. Well, you said Padme has it, but this one has the helmet that you can switch out with the head on the figure, so it snaps into that same little clear peg
Gotcha.
piece. But yeah, this was my first time seeing that clear piece because I didn't get Padme.
Yeah.
So-
Now, question for you: are you getting Commander Obi-Wan too, or no?
No, I have my custom one that I made.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Now, Rudy, I know you got some stuff in. Show us, and then tell us if you're expecting anything else, anything on its way.
what did I get? Oh, I got this guy. None of you guys have this guy.
Right, because we're not peasants. What else you got?
I got that guy. I got
Wait,
I
what
got
is that? Explain to them what it is.
Oh, fine.
You didn't
Chill.
even say nothing.
I got the Dances with Wolves figure that you make fun of me for.
That's
The-
Kevin.
That's
It's not okay.
It's not. It's DID core, but it's their version of it. So since it's how they get around doing the
He's buying the
unlicensed
outfits.
figures.
He's buying the outfits for the figures. Not it's
no,
not the
it's a full
likeness.
figure. It's a
No,
full
no, no.
figure.
I'm saying it's not the likeness. That's what I'm saying. You're
Right.
not buying likeness. You're buying the outfit. And what was the other thing you got? Because you showed me.
I got Shuri Black Panther.
Where is the box?
Hold on.
Show them so they don't think you're a lying peasant.
Hold on.
People want to see people collecting. Okay,
There you go.
this guy specifically.
So
Oh wait.
she finally came in.
Oh, look at that. She looks sexy. That box is sexy. I tell you
That box looks nice.
The figure may suck, but the box is sexy.
The figure's not gonna suck. The figure's gonna be great. What are you talking about?
I said may. I didn't say it's gonna. I said may.
Hold on. What else? Oh, finally picked up this guy. It was a good week for me.
Oh, look at that.
The deluxe?
Thor deluxe finally catching up to me. Thank you for copying me 2 months later, okay?
Oh, and then this one too, which you already reviewed.
Oh, I want to see what you hear. I want to see what you think of it.
That one. And then and then
God,
just this.
you got a whole bunch.
It was a good week.
Yeah,
and I
what
finally got
is it? Tell everybody what that
Zero
is.
Customs. So this has been out for a while, and I guess he did another run. And since I just got the John Wick 2 Hot Toys figure,
Right, tell
he
them about
did-
that. How does it feel to be the last one to get the John Wick figure after it's been out for 3 years?
I got it. I got it right. I waited. I got it for a good deal, and then I got the holster and the ammo clip, since that's the one thing that I love that figure. That
Wait, pull it out. Pull it out of the box. Don't be, guys. Rudy doesn't have YouTube and he doesn't have a computer, so he doesn't really know how to act right now. What is that? Explain what that is.
So that's the shotgun belt that he wears at the end during the fight in the catacombs, right?
That's sick.
So you get that. Then he's got you get an extra mag for the AR that clips onto his belt.
Sick.
Right, and then he's got, this is what was missing from the original, from the Hot Toys. He's got the two holsters for the
where would you put
the Glocks? So you put those on his belt.
Oh, they just slide onto the belt.
Because that was the one thing I was surprised with the figure, right? He includes the belt, but he doesn't have that. And in the movie, before he goes into that into the tunnels, right? He loads up. He's got like all the extra mags and everything on the belt. He's got the two holsters for the guns, and you can even see him when he's holding the AR, right?
Right.
He has the gun on the holster. So
how much was that set?
$90.
My God. Did you get two by any chance?
No.
Selfish.
I didn't think about you. Sorry.
Selfish. See, guys, this is what I surround myself with. Selfishness. All right, guys. So we'll be back probably Saturday, but I have a feeling we're gonna get some stuff. Hold on, William. We're gonna get some stuff way before that. Obviously, we got tomorrow, we got Thursday. No, tomorrow. Yeah, so today's Tuesday. We got Wednesday. We got Thursday, and then obviously whatever hasn't gone up for pre-order yet will at some point. William,
I do have one figure coming in.
Which one?
Deadpool with the gold pistols.
Oh, you got it. It shipped?
Wait, from where?
From
overseas? From a guy, peasant. Wait,
dude, that's awesome.
Wait, so when are you supposed to get it?
It's in the mail.
So you should have it probably next week.
I hope it'll be faster. I kind of wish. Excuse me.
Bless you.
I kind of wish I bought it from Casa. Everyone who bought it from him has got it in hand right now, and mine's said it was.
How much?
What's that?
How much of a markup was it from them?
I paid like $30 more than Sideshow's out the door price.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I
all.
told him. That's what I told him. I said, "You peasant, you didn't even tell me." He's like, "Nope."
Oh, that is not bad. That's a great price, man.
Yep.
Post the groups, and I was like, I want it, so I bought it. But
dude, that's great. That's awesome.
Call me a friend in quotes, and it's like
I said selfish. I said thanks,
helping
friend.
you out on, but I'm just a friend. Okay,
yes.
Friend.
Because you know why I said that? You know why I said that? Because every time I say, "Hey, I got this," he goes, "Where?" Immediately, where? And I never hide it from him ever. I send him screenshots immediately. Oh, where'd you get that? Here you go. But when you say, "Hey, where'd you get that?" He goes, "Some guy." Why?
Just a random song seller.
That's what I'm saying. See, exactly. It's a random guy. He doesn't say like, "Oh, this guy." Maybe, hey, if you need anything, there's this guy also that I go to just in case of an emergency. Nope, secrets, secret from your friends.
I'm buying from this guy, but anywho,
he's like, "This is my first time."
What a lot of times, what happens with these dudes, with all the circle of Hong Kong friends, as we'll call them, is the first batch goes up. And sometimes it's like, okay, we're going to put it at $350 US. And it instantly is like gone. And they're like, okay, they're gone. Like, let's keep marking up the price.
$450 in it.
Oh, wow. So that's how it goes. So they're scalpers, legit scalpers.
Pretty much. Well, that's why right now it's like until Sideshow put out that email saying, okay, we're actually going to have them between August and September of this year as opposed to next year. You know, people were paying almost $500 for the current for the Deadpool.
Well, Toys for Kiddos, $509. When I said, "Hey, are you getting them?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Do you know the price?" He goes, "Yeah." He sent it to me. I did the exchange. I was like, "No, thank you."
Yeah, and it's
$509 off the bat.
That's what I saw too, like from Toys for Kiddos, and then I saw it from a couple of sites, and I was like, "No way, I'll wait." I'll
Because-
save my money and wait.
Because I would have sucked it up. I would have sucked it up to get it early, but not for that much more. $200 more? Nope.
Because
Right.
if people are buying it, he's gonna make his nut.
Yeah,
And
yeah, he's gonna make a profit.
Absolutely.
As any that sit there, then he'll put the little line through it and he'll say sale, and then people are like sale now, and it'll be 40, and they're like, oh my god, it's a deal.
Right.
It's
Right.
why made a profit. So
No, it's crazy. It's crazy. And like I said, I almost sucked it up for that reason to have it in hand. But again, like I said, guys, don't go crazy with this. You guys are gonna get very, very upset when the second Deadpool is out. Like I said, there's not gonna be just that one and that's it. Take that one as your promo, your movie promo version, because there will be more. The fact that they had them already ready to go with the fancy base, that was just to get your money from that first release. There's more coming. Go ahead, William.
but I think that next release will be at least a year out.
Yeah, from the movie, yeah, definitely.
Like
Right.
it won't, like right now we got it ready in hand.
Correct.
Here's the head sculpt that you want, and the release will be January 2026. And you're like,
No, you'll
Yup,
see.
that's
No,
exactly what it's gonna
absolutely.
be.
Absolutely. Because like I said, there is absolutely no way that they're gonna have this blockbuster in their hands and not make their head sculpt. It's that simple. Okay,
Yeah,
it's that
but
simple.
it's
So
just that I personally I enjoy these exclusives that come out that are just like they're ready.
ready, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
this is cool.
I don't because of the amount of money that you got to put out for these things that are so quickly coming out.
Oh yeah,
But I love the turnaround time of getting figures like that.
I like the whole getting it in hand thing. When I
Yep.
first ordered my first ever Hot Toys, it was I bought the 1/1 Groot in the Ravager costume, and that was actually in stock. So it came, and I was like, yeah. And then I pre-ordered a figure, and it was like
2 years later, right?
when's that come out? And by the time I got my first figure that I pre-ordered, I think I had like 50 figures that I had just bought on the secondary market because it was like I was falling down the rabbit hole, but it was 2 years plus, sometimes almost 3. It's it's a long window, and because when you've ordered all the ones staggered already, it's like that 2 years that you're waiting, you're getting other figures that you've already pre-ordered. So it's like, this one coming out this month, that was from 2 years ago. And 2 months from now, that one was from 2 years before. And so you're still getting stuff. So you're not, that helps with some people's, the whole like lack of patience that we see in the hobby.
The real GP, welcome. Hello. He has a question. He says, y'all think we'll get a sculpted Anakin episode 3? So the ones that we got, the light side and dark side already have been the original ones, right? Have been sculpted. The artisan light side is only rooted. It's only artisan. The next one, the dark side, is inevitable. That's probably coming very soon as well. It's going to be teased at some point. Guaranteed it'll be rooted as well. Now, the problem is this. Why does Hot Toys decide to make an Anakin artisan version and not a sculpted version? Do they have to? No, they don't. Are they doing that with everybody? No, they're not. Look at Scarlet Witch. She's not getting a sculpted version. Look at the Joker. Not the Joker.
No,
who's the
Black
other-
Widow's not getting a sculpted
Black Widow. She's not getting a sculpted version.
Yeah, Scarlet,
I still say it again.
Scarlet Witch does have a sculpted.
Yep.
Which one?
The Artisan Scarlet Witch from
Yeah.
Endgame. There are 2
Oh,
versions.
Oh, that's right. My bad. Wrong. Yeah. So it was but there was another one that wasn't. So it was Black Widow. It was Anakin. There was another one that didn't get or is it those 2 only?
No, I think it's only those 2 right now that
So it's only
haven't
those
gotten
2. So the fact that they went all artisan, it looks like they may not. Okay. And it's tricky because why are they doing some sculpted and some not? Right? Again, why Anakin? Knowing that everybody would love a newly sculpted, right? A newly made, a brand new, updated, sculpted Anakin, right? If you couldn't afford or get the Anakin artisan, right? I wasn't able to get one. A lot of people weren't able to get one. That was what I think that was the very first cube that we had. So with that said, do I think they'll make a sculpted? I think they're going to have to. I think they're going to have to not upset collectors the next time around when it comes to Anakin. A lot of people got very upset not being able to get it. And again, not having a sculpted version to fall back on was even worse of a situation for people who wanted an Anakin. But I have a feeling that they have to. Right? Do they literally have to? No, they could do whatever the hell they want. But to make that money and to make it more appealing for people to want it more, I think they have to 100%. What do you think, Rudy?
I mean, I don't see why not, right? It's for people that can't get the artisan, they're leaving money on the table if they don't, I think.
Right? And it makes sense, right? I understand, for example, Black Widow. Black Widow is a difficult hair to make. And I'm not saying that Hot Toys can't do it because they could do it. It's just, it will never look exactly the same, which is why they haven't bothered from the beginning to make that figure sculpted. As you guys know, the very, very first and only Black Widow figure that was made from the Avengers one, from the original Avengers, was that frizzy-haired, doll hair figure. Right. They never sculpted her because, again, it's a difficult hair to sculpt because of the amount of curls. So they said, you know what, we cannot even try to replicate this because it's not going to be a simple project. So let's just give it that doll hair, and here we go. And that's exactly what they did. So they don't even want to bother with sculpting that hair, or else they would have at least tried it the second time around with the artisan. They're not bothering with that. Another thing, I have a feeling that head sculpt is going to get reused as well. They're not making that gorgeous head sculpt and using it one time. I'm telling you that right now, that head sculpt is perfect. That head sculpt looks beautiful. That is the best Black Widow head sculpt we've gotten to date. So you better believe they're reusing that as well. They may tweak something here and there. They may change something, but they're reusing the fact that they made that. William, do you think they're making it or not?
I think they'll make a sculpted one eventually, but they already announced the Ahsoka Anakin with sculpted hair, so they still have other
correct
out. Yes, it's not the episode 3 look, but it is the Clone Wars look / the Ahsoka look with the Christensen likeness. So, people do have options. If they drop that one right now, while Ahsoka Anakin is still up for pre-order, I think that would be, the whole taking money out of their own pocket type of planning, where you need the other one to actually be, released, and then you announce, sculpted hair, episode 3, Revenge of the Sith anniversary and all that stuff, for the upcoming anniversary stuff. Because, it'll be another Loki situation where every time they announce one, people are like, should I cancel my pre-order?
Right.
I can't get them all, but I don't know which one I want. And it's like, well, you're making like I said, it's the taking money out of your own pocket, because if you do stagger them, then they order the one, it comes out, they get it in hand, and then the next Anakin comes out, then they get to either be like, oh, I get to get another version of Anakin, I can be a completist, I can be this, I can be that, or I'm going to sell the one that I got and get the new one, and it's not, oh, well, I'm canceling this order, and, because I'm, wishy-washy or just unable to make...
Or a flip-flopper, non-collecting peasant, something like that.
Good life choices.
The Thor, my friend, welcome.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
And then Albert says, give me artisan Alita with this guy. Unbelievable. Nobody wants Alita artisan. Fab, elucidate my Hot Toys Black Widow.
He was talking about Iron Man 2 look and the Avengers look, not the in-game and white suit and Black Suit from the Black Widow movie, Old Monkey. He was talking specifically about the older looks with all
Right.
the tons of curls as opposed to just the little
Straight
bits
hair, the straight hair, right?
Right.
draped over the shoulders, because those do look good. Don't get me wrong. Like, that's not what we're saying. He was just saying to have sculpted hair of a crap ton of curls, it would be hard to pull that off to make it look less toy-like.
Wait, are you defending my point? Is that what you're doing right now?
I was just elucidating like he asked.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, Jen, yeah. William is correct. Yeah. Sorry, I was like, what's going on? All right, guys.
My bad.
Sorry. Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, why is he repeating what I just said? I'm like, what's happening right now? That's what I said. He's gotta be doing something about what I said. Rudy, anything
Yes.
else you want to say?
No, I think we're good. I think we're good. Excited for Marvel.
Anything left? Awesome. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, we'll be back most likely Saturday if there's no new announcements, which I hope they're not, because not save
It's
us
been
all.
a rough week.
Yeah, seriously. So as always, guys, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.